All right, well, we are live with another OneCritWonder one-shot, and we are going to start character introductions with Mr. Torg. So go ahead, tell us who you are and who you're playing today.
Hello, I am Curtis from RoleInitiative, and today I will be playing Torg Thunderscar. He is a orc druid, has a lot of kind of elemental magic, so he's almost a little bit like a WoW shaman. Speaks slowly and deliberately, a little more intelligent than a normal orc might, but he's still big and green and scary looking.
I miss my shamans, man. I have to
I
admit,
know
I was a
they're the
Tauren, but
best.
I did love orcs for every other class. The only reason I never changed my shaman to be an orc was because it was my first character. But man, I love me some WoW orcs.
It's all about that sleeveless life.
Yep. All right, up next is Miss Valerie.
Alrighty, I am Valerie, also from RoleInitiative. I will be playing Iono, a great old one warlock and revenant who was brought back from the dead by her patron, although her memories of her former life are being withheld so that she is not distracted from her creepy tentacle god's desires and wishes. She is always slightly wet, forgets to do people things like eat and drink and occasionally breathe, and is altogether kind of terrifying, or I guess more terrified and weird.
All right, amnesia, tentacles, less than 3 minutes into the stream. That's good. Uh, and slightly damp. Got it. We got some tentacles over here for you, though.
Thank you.
And up next is Emma.
Hello, I'm Emma, and today I will be playing Brine, the Water Genasi Cleric of the Grave. She also often looks a bit like dewy and damp, and her hair kind of looks like ocean waves. And she is a little bit rough around the edges, but she's hell bent on ensuring that people don't die before it's their time.
I'm honestly looking forward to it because she really reminds me of one of the characters that I played in a forum game and never got to play like via voice in real time. And so it's like, yay, it's my old character. I'm curious to see how someone else does this like cleric-y water genasi type build.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how I'm gonna do it too.
It'll be an adventure. And last but not least is the lovely wife. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Rip.
Yeah, I hear her in the next room talking, but she's muted.
I'm muted.
There you go.
Did I mute myself by accident?
We can hear you now, hon. Go ahead.
Okay.
Reintroduce yourself.
Okay, I'm Ashley and I'm playing Cora, the Halfling Barbarian. And she likes to hit things and arm wrestle and be silly and start bar fights.
Tiny little rage lady.
Yeah.
So this little one shot is some stuff I've kind of ran before, and every time I tweak it and change it based on how folks have reacted to it. But the primer that I gave y'all was you guys are in this town, Port Greenheart. It's a trade town on both overland and sea routes. So lots of coming and going and interesting sorts of folks. But lately, the farmers kind of northwest of town have been reporting that lizard folk are coming out of the swamp and kind of guerrilla warfare, attacking, causing a ruckus, and leaving. Like they don't seem intent on just outright killing people and burning farms to the ground, but they are stealing tools, stealing animals, just general debauchery, and then retreating. Attacks are happening around dusk and around dawn, and they mostly just seem to be on the west side of the road. They've not crossed the primary road. But not only are farms getting attacked, but the occasional caravan, if they are camping out that way, gets a little lizardy. To make matters worse, there's been 2 ships that were supposed to be coming down from the north and around the peninsula into town in the past 2 weeks that are overdue and did not show up. And people don't know whether it was the bad storms that you had about midweek last week, or what's going on. Some of the crazier folks down at the dock might Ale might have something to do with it, but they're claiming sea monsters and all kinds of other fun stories. So the group of y'all have been doing a little bit of role playing in Discord. So I believe it was Torg and Cora had kind of set out to talk to the farmers, and I don't. Oh man, I'm gonna mess up your name. I don't know. Yano.
I think we might have lost you.
Discord is doing great then.
There you are.
Where did you lose me?
Some role playing in Discord, and then it went quiet, and you were drawing some arrows on the screen, but not saying.
Okay. Well, it's Discord because her and I are in the same house and we can hear each other talking and the lights aren't going on. We will push forward and try to prevail. Long story short, y'all were doing some role playing in Discord, investigated the farms, and we're talking to folks down at the dock. And so Torg and Cora got some information from a halfling farmer up north, and the 2 ladies got some information from a ship captain down on the docks. Y'all are in town right now. Where do you kind of want to start this?
Seems like an inn or tavern would be the best choice. The classic choice.
Classic choice. As we discussed, y'all should have at least a passing familiarity with each other. This is not like 4 people meet in a tavern for the first time and have to do like from the ground up introductions, mostly for time's sake. But do you think you're gonna head back toward farmland and investigate lizard attacks, or out on the docks and either try to hire a ship or get more information in that capacity?
It sounded to me, based on the discussions that were happening in Discord, like there was more interest for the ships than there was the farm. So probably that.
Okay. Well, then the group of you can find yourself at. It's not exactly like. It's not total dive bar, but you've definitely been classier places. And it's a tavern out kind of towards the dock district, and it's just called the Hanged Man, and it has an upside down man suspended by his feet as like the little wooden sign outside the tavern. And we'll call it 8, 9 o'clock in the morning, so like not a ton of people around, a couple of folks having breakfast, but like it's not a full inn so much as it's clearly a place that the sailors and stuff come to hang out in between ships or after work and get blitzed and fight each other.
Sounds like my kind of place.
And this is where the 2 of you had also met the captain of the ship that's going to be heading north in 2 days, Miss Talia.
And is she still here now?
For the sake of expeditiousness, yes.
I don't believe Torg had any experience talking with her, so one of you guys should probably tackle that.
Well, I'll head over and greet her again, because we've already interacted with her once, but now we're all here together, right?
Yep.
yeah, I'll go ahead and head over there.
Okay. So it's she is probably like late 20s, also water genasi. Um, you know that she is the captain of a ship. You previously spoke and found out that it's mostly trade goods, but she does also take on passengers if they're willing to pay, particularly if they're willing to put in a little bit of work on the ship. But she'll settle for payment. Um, and so you walk up and reintroduce yourself, and she says, um, it's just another day here. We're waiting until tomorrow to get things set off when we head out to the north. I believe there's still a couple more crates and stuff that will be loading up today. What about the group of y'all? Are you still trying to investigate what it is with the 2 disappearing ships?
Yeah, we're here to assist in whatever endeavors that we may. Here's the rest of our group. This is Torg and Cora. They've been doing some of their own investigating as well.
A pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure is mine, I'm sure. As I was telling your counterparts here, we just sailed up from the south 2 days ago. We're spending 4 days here in port before we head north, loading up on supplies and any people that want to head up the coast. So we'll be setting out probably around lunchtime tomorrow. But we were really hoping to get word with the missing ships, especially since they came from where we're going. We were hoping to have a little bit of information before we set out rather than just hoping for the best.
Is there anyone that might be able to have, or I guess, is there anybody that we might be able to get that information from for her that we would know about?
Well, clarify which information.
More information about the missing ships.
So the half the group that was poking around here at the docks basically got varying tales. Random folks were muttering about sea monsters and crazy stories about water elementals and stuff like that. But the more sane stories were there was storms last week, so maybe since they were coming down across the like open ocean part, the storms could have got them, or especially because, and you guys have been in town long enough to know that the peninsula ends with a bunch of rocks and reefs out in the water, and so when you make that turn to come into the harbor, the whole reason for that lighthouse there is because without guidance of the lighthouse, you'll run aground on the reefs. And so some folks think maybe in the storms they couldn't see the lighthouse and could have just run onto the rocks there. And so that is information that the group got and discussed with her already in our Discord play. And she thinks that storms and rocks are way more likely than pirates and sea monsters.
There is nothing silly about the elementals being angry with you.
No, I completely agree. There's not been any cases of that happening here in the harbor before, so I think it would be silly to think that someone here in Port Greenheart would have done something to draw the ire of the elementals. I mean, it's just a trading town. There's there's not anything that I could think of that would warrant wrath on that particular front, if that makes sense.
Nature can be fickle. Perhaps we should investigate.
I would agree with that.
That sounds like a good idea.
Iono stands motionless and does not appear to hear what's going on.
Not even so much as a blink.
Do undead blink?
Shrug, maybe.
Yeah, but it
No.
makes kind of a squicky sound when they do. Yeah, but it
No.
makes kind of a squicky sound when they do.
Ugh.
Blick.
One eye is like half a second behind the other eye, so it's left, right. Okay, so you're talking about investigating. Are we talking like heading out to the lighthouse? Are we talking about getting on the ship with them and heading out when they head out? What's the plan here, gang?
So we've got a day before the ship leaves, right?
Yeah, so it's brunch time today, and they are leaving brunch time tomorrow.
Could we conceivably get down to the lighthouse area and back in a day?
No. It would take you about a day to get to the edge of the swamp. A day plus, depending on how things went in the swamp, and then a day to get to the lighthouse, investigate, and turn around and make it back to the swamp. So it would probably be 5 days total on foot if you had no cart, no horses. If you were just on foot, you're looking at the better part of a week swamp way.
Then it sounds like we want to get on a ship.
That is entirely a thing that you could do.
Well, my vote is always going to be to get on a ship.
And my vote is to do what you want to do since we're the damp duo.
Oh man, that's great.
Gross.
Hashtag damn duo.
So yeah, I guess if we're gonna wait for them to go to the ship and there's nobody else really to talk to, Torg is probably just going to find something to eat and then head out and sort of commune with nature for a
Okay. Well, that will give you guys a day in town. Being a one shot, there's not too much that I planned for, like, y'all to be able to do in town, but now is your chance to buy supplies and all that stuff. We won't bog this down with a shopping episode, but anything that you need out of the player's handbook can be bought at listed costs. So if y'all want ropes or healing potions or anything crazy, spend that pile of gold I gave y'all now. You guys can do a little bit of helping and in loading the ship and whatnot. But again, you're looking at lunchtime tomorrow at the latest, probably like 9 o'clock tomorrow at the earliest. And then the ship would be setting off. Is there anything crazy anyone wants to do before we leave town?
Torg is a simple man with simple needs. He's just going to go out and meditate with the elements for a while, and then obviously if they need help with the ship, he's going to help out.
I buy healing potions.
Okay. Since we did the overland day count, I guess, just know that by ship you would probably make it out to the hull breakers. If you started at lunchtime, you would probably make it out there. We'll call it after dark. So getting going early is better because there might still be some light. But after dark, you would have the lighthouse to make it through the hull breakers, which is better than in the day when you can't use the light, if that makes sense, and you have to go around. But so tomorrow comes and you guys all get on the ship and you are setting off with the Captain Talia, the captain of the Southern Comfort, because I was at the grocery store and just wung a name for a ship.
It's perfect. I love it.
In your meditation with the elements, Mr. Torg, you get no like weird creepy vibes. Like you don't feel any. Yes, the spirits are angry with the people, so they're attacking ships kind of vibes. So,
Perfect.
last call
Then I will
for
be
stuff in town. Okay, so the first day on the ship is going to be pretty much without incident. Off to your right-hand side, you can see the kind of thick haze that hangs over the swamp. This area is kind of a river delta. In the summer, the water levels drop and it kind of turns into much of a wider, boggier region. In the spring, with the snow melt and stuff like that, the river gets wider and is more able to kind of make a path through this land, and there's more of a river proper. But we're talking like midsummer right now, so on the map you can see all the little streams. Those are not so much streams as just like damper parts, but you can see the haze off to your right. And aside from chipping in how you can on the ship, the first day is going to go without incident. As you get to about twilight we'll call it twilight on that first day, though, you are approaching where the hull breakers would be, and there is no lighthouse to be seen. You do not see the light in the distance at all, and with it getting dark, you can't tell where the shoreline quite is.
When you say we can't see the lighthouse, specifically we can't see the light, not the
Correct.
tower itself has vanished.
Correct. I caught myself after saying it, and I was like, wait a minute, that's going to come across wrong. You cannot see the shore. It's the sun has gone down past the horizon, and you are far enough off the shore that you don't see it yet, so you would need to get closer. But you're hearing from the crew of the ship that, like, we should be seeing the lighthouse by now. Like, you would see the light before you get close enough to see the shore, and no light.
This bodes ill. Terror lurks in the dark.
Talia is going to say, I certainly have no desire to take on the hull breakers in the dark with no light. So at this point, we would need to decide whether we stop and wait for morning, or try to go around, or, I don't know, get close enough to the shore that we can verify that we're where we think we are.
What sort of aquatic life would I be familiar with in these waters that I could potentially wild shape into and guide the boat?
This is kind of a Pacific California kind of region, so you're going to have sharks, you're going to have seals, there would be whales that would migrate to and from depending on the season, that kind of stuff. Not necessarily dolphins, probably not unheard of, but sharks, seals, tons of fish.
I feel like a seal is probably big enough to see and under half a challenge rating, right?
Sure.
Is it dark enough, though, that we would not necessarily be able to see him in front trying to guide us?
It's that the sun has gone down and you guys can see each other and see the water around the ship, but like the ship is not close enough to the shore because you're avoiding rocks and stuff to see land. So the ship could get closer to land and then eventually see land. It's still that twilight. There's light in the sky. It's not nighttime time of day.
Because I can also breathe in the water, so I could go with him and cast light on something on me, so that they at least would not like lose sight of an itty bitty seal.
Oh yeah,
trying
that's
to guide
good.
us.
You could in fact make a light beacon seal riding duo to guide the ship, some kind of weird method. Yes.
Please.
All right, into it. I'm gonna cast light on something on myself, probably like maybe, I don't know, something like my cloak or something. I don't know, whatever I have on me.
Something in your hair, or
Yeah, let's say I cast, or maybe I'll cast light on like an earring of mine, like my ears are pierced. I can cast light on that. Would that work?
Yep.
She's resplendent.
What color light?
I'm gonna say like a warm yellow, bright light.
Got it. I just need to set the the mood for myself, so that as I imagine the Southern Comfort lazily listing towards the land, following Torg doing the like dolphin in and out of the water seal motion, carrying a glowing water genasi, that I just have the scene in my head, right? Cora, what are you doing as the ship is being guided towards where y'all think the land is by this menagerie?
Rip again.
I think we lost Cora. All right, Valerie, what are you doing then?
Iono will stare off into the depths of the ocean, away from the land.
Okay. Roll a d100. That's going to be perfect for later.
Oh, good.
I'm going to do
Excellent.
secret
Oh,
behind
terrors from the deep. Please say it's terrors from the deep.
I can neither confirm nor deny.
That's a confirmation.
The Torg and Brine glowing seal duo, after, we'll call it 15, 20 minutes of going like this, we're going slow because obviously we don't want the ship to run aground on anything. But after about 15, 20 minutes of swimming good, you guys can see the shore, and with the sinking sun still beyond the horizon, the light, you can see the silhouette of the lighthouse, and there is no light in the lighthouse.
Seems like something we should probably investigate, says
Yep.
the seal, apparently.
Oh yeah, I forgot you're totally
Also,
wild shape.
Ort.
That lighthouse keeper is dead. Iono says to no one.
I love
I'm
her
getting
so much.
I'm getting like a river vibe from Firefly here, just like my food is problematic.
Yes, Ort. Ort.
I agree.
Someone please conjure him like a little stripy ball to play with.
Oh my
Oh.
god. Last group
Thank
got
you,
distracted
I brought
by a
my
chicken.
own.
This group, it's all seal shenanigans.
It's all right.
Seal
It'll go away in a
shenanigans
couple
are
minutes.
awesome.
So yeah, I guess we would. I guess we should ask probably Talia if she thinks we should stop and take a look at the lighthouse, or if she wants to. She thinks it's more important to keep going.
So there's two of y'all in the water. Are you heading back to the ship to tell Talia that, or Cora, you were gone, I believe. The group got to where they can see the lighthouse and the light is out. So what are you doing while your bestest friend stares off into the water and mutters something about terrors from the deep?
I pat her on the back and say, "Good job."
That makes sense.
Thank you.
Are you going to tell Talia about the lighthouse, or are you waiting on your friends to come back?
One of Iono's creepy things is, as a great old one warlock occasionally forgets to say things out loud because I can speak telepathy or telepathically with people.
Right.
So I will inadvertently telepathically speak to Talia and tell her something horrible has happened in the lighthouse. Perhaps we should look to avoid the so that this ship and further ships will avoid the fate of previous ships.
Remind me, does your ability allow her to respond telepathically?
Good question. I don't know.
I am fairly certain it does not.
She's gonna try, and then failing that, she's gonna come out onto the bow of the ship proper, where I imagine you guys are standing, since you're following the glowing seal shenanigans. And she's gonna kind of look the situation over and see that the light's out, and she says, well, we can head south and go around the rocks, but that's still going to put us just as much out of the way as if we wait and investigate. We don't want to head into the rocks, blind ourselves, and not know whether another ship is coming as well. Plus, this does nothing to. We can make our way safely, but that doesn't do anything to fix the problem. So I agree that we're probably best off dropping anchor here. And if the group of you is willing to investigate, we'll stay here on the east side of the hull breakers and wait on your return. You can use rowboats if need be, or I don't know, the seal, I guess.
The seal, I guess.
Iono gives her a damp nod and will kind of, actually just looked up the telepathic communication, and it is within 30 feet of me, so I'm not sure if my seal friend and my damp buddy are within 30 feet.
Seal friend and damp buddy.
We could have come back.
Well, then I will speak into Brian's mind and let her know we must go to shore and investigate the lighthouse. Bad things have befallen it.
Brian's gonna get back up on the ship then, and I'll nod at Iono and then ask Captain Talia, if they're that I can if we can secure a rowboat, then I'd be happy to row us to shore.
Certainly, the group of you can take one of the rowboats. Based on our previous travels through here, you can't pull up to the lighthouse itself, but there is a small dock on the eastern side of the peninsula that it's the water's too shallow to pull the ship up to, but you should be able to pull up with a rowboat so that you can get up the actual cliffs there.
Excellent. Thank you.
Of course, like I said, it's doing us all a favor if you are willing to go figure out what's wrong with the light, because we'll be coming back this way in probably about 2 weeks' time on our return trip down the coast.
Are we leaving now, you guys, or are we going to be waiting until it's light out?
I think we
Ort.
should go now.
Sorry. I mean, yes, we should probably go now.
Are we all gonna ride on the seal's back?
No, we're gonna pile into a rowboat.
You have been granted a rowboat. Whether the seal is in the rowboat or not, totally up to y'all.
Iona's already creepily sitting in a rowboat staring into space.
Boats and hoes.
All right, I get in the
Torg
boat.
Torg will de-seal.
Okay. Sorry, Twitch chat's making seal jokes. So the group of you get in a rowboat and you start heading towards the eastern side of the peninsula, where Captain Talia told you that there is a small dock and set of stairs that'll get you up the cliffs, because the peninsula comes down and it's kind of spined by a set of mountains. But then right as it gets to the sea, it's sharp drop-off cliffs, and then the waters are dotted with the reefs and rocks of the hull breakers themselves. So without the stairs up, you would have to head much closer to the swamp side of things. But it takes you a little bit, but you get to the dock and tie up your rowboat, and everyone gets out, and in the distance, probably 15-20 minute walk to get to the tower itself out at the end. So I am going to drag you guys over to a new map here. We're going to do things.
Jagged cliffs, a foreboding tower. This is from my nightmares.
You guys are on the map, right?
Yep.
Okay, all of your tokens are down in the lower left. You guys are still approaching the tower, but I wanted to get you the map so that you could see what you're seeing here. So that is not where you're actually standing. I just, we're going to use our imagination for a second. Ahead of you, out on this peninsula, you see... Oh, come on, Roll20, work with me. The road before you, because as you come up the cliffs, you kind of see the road that leads to the lighthouse. So the road before you sweeps out onto the jagged end of the western peninsula. At the very end, perched atop the steep rocky cliffs, stands the crumbling remains of an old fort. The thick blockstone walls imply that it was at some point a fortified location. Perhaps a local military saw it as a point of significance. And from the furthest corner rises an unmistakable tower of Hullbreaker Lighthouse. Let's get perception checks from the party.
Okay, so wait, for rolling a perception check in Roll20, how do I make that? How do I do that?
Open your character sheet.
And do I just click on perception?
You do. Shabam. That 9 perception check really is in character for you, I feel.
Absolutely. I'm going to go ahead and take 5.
There was a butterfly or something. So, again, it's not like a well-maintained road because the primary traffic out to this lighthouse is every 2 weeks, supplies are sent out here from the towns. They kind of pay the family that works here a stipend as well as ship them the food and dry goods that they need. But it's wagon worthy road. And as you're approaching, there's this old crumbling fort, and Cora and Brian can actually see that there's a thin trail of smoke coming up from within the walls.
About how far away is like the sort of area that we're heading to? About how many how many feet?
Call yourselves 150, 200 feet out. You're still kind of in the woods.
I'm gonna relay that to the group and see if I'm gonna ask. Does anybody else see the smoke over there? That's
I see it. I bet there's people in there. Should we go look closer?
We should probably approach without being seen.
Iono says nothing, but stealthily ducks into a bush.
I love her so much.
She does. She becomes one with the bush.
Holy shit, that roll.
I'm gonna tinker with my map, so you're probably gonna see something crazy real quick. Yep. Huzzah! Okay, the lighthouse sticks out like a sore thumb because it's a different map asset, and I only had the one for the daylight. But we're gonna use our imaginations here. The lighthouse is the far corner of this fort, and this crumbly bit we're gonna ignore. But when you're using maps, because you suck at Photoshop, you go with what you got.
That looks fine to me.
Yeah, it looks like every lighthouse I've ever seen.
I hear Arizona is in fact full of lighthouses.
Teeming with lighthouses.
All right, so we got one party member in a bush, and what's everyone else doing?
I am looking to see how many times I can wild.
Off the top of my head, I know you start out being able to do it twice, but by 5th level, I imagine much more than that, to at least 3 times, but let's look.
Everybody else figure out what they're doing, and I'll read.
I will stealthily join Iona in the bush.
Okay.
I'm not staying in the bush.
But then I
by
fell
the
on
way.
her.
I'm using this bush tactically.
I'm going to cast False Life on myself.
Makes sense.
It looks like it's always 2, unless I'm missing it. So I'm going to sneak the old-fashioned way for a while.
Okay. Stealthily approaching the lighthouse as your friends tactically bush. Okay. So let's see here. Torg, as you are approaching, you can use the trees, and due to the way the road comes right here, you have to kind of pick whether you want to go east or west to stay in the trees.
Torg will go east.
Same as these.
So up this way.
Yeah.
You guys can move your tokens and stuff, right?
Yeah, east to the right.
I meant like you guys actually have... Okay, yeah.
Quick question. For
Yes.
rolling for False Life, do I literally just type in roll 1d4?
You can type /r space and then whatever the dice math is. I think typing /roll also works, but that's like 3 extra characters.
Okay. So /r 1d4, and then do I also add in +4, or do I?
Yeah,
Does that matter?
so /r space 1d4 plus 4. Just like that.
I did it.
There's also a button over on the left that looks like a d20 on that drop-downy guy, and you can like select what dice you want to roll, but it's always just been faster for me to type.
Got it. Thank you.
Okay. So the group of y'all are stomping through the trees, some of you being much more quieter than the others. As you get close, though, you can see that there is... Koro's going to see this, and who else was rocking the perception? Our favorite undead bush fiend is going to see that there is a figure that walks out to the end of this battlement, stands for a second, turns around, and walks back this way. It's dark, so you can't make out much more than that, but as there's a little bit of light, you can see somebody walked out and then walked back. And now that y'all are further, you can also see the light of, it's flickering, so probably like a campfire coming from in this way.
I'm also going to really quickly use my Eyes of the Grave now that we're closer.
Okay, what does that do?
So it allows me to detect any undead within 60 feet of me that isn't behind total cover and that isn't protected by any divination magic. It doesn't tell me anything like about what they can do or who they are, but just rather that whether or not there's undead within 60 feet.
Okay. You do that thing, and immediately you get 1 response, and it's your bestest soggy friend.
I actually don't think I tag as undead. Like for the purposes,
of
of
the
spells
spell.
that target undead, I don't think it counts revenants.
I've never actually played with a revenant, so that's interesting to know.
And you still have to do stuff like eat and sleep and breathe. You just don't get any joy out of it.
I know that feel. No undead on your undead radar then.
All right, cool. I'm not going to say anything. I just wanted to know for myself.
You're fairly confident that, what'd you say, 60 feet?
Yeah.
Yeah, no undead in this general area.
If nobody else is gonna go ahead, Torg will move up to that gap over here and try to stay hidden and peek inside.
I'm going to ask for one more stealth check just based on some things that's happening behind the screen. I'm sure you got this, friend.
Oh, buddy.
Oh, buddy. All right, well, a couple of things
Everyone hold still. I'll be right back.
Stop, 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 stop.
All right, so you're going to get a couple of things, but a couple of things are also going to happen at the same time. I'm on the wrong layer here. Why is it trying to enable fog of war? Roll 20 or kill me, right?
We played a game last night too, and this is literally the exact same thing that happened to me. If I try to sneak, I'm gonna make a lot of noise. Oh boy.
So in your quick dash across the gap, you are actually going to get a quick line of sight at 4 people kind of mulling around a campfire. There's several tents set up in here, tucked up against the walls of this old fort, and you do see that there are other figures patrolling the walls. However, as you get up there, you make more noise than you were hoping to make, and I'll let you decide what it is that makes so much noise. Be it a rock going down the cliff or stepping on branches or whatever. What do you do that justifies that 4?
That roll is so bad. I think Torg sneaks up stealthily like a cat, doesn't make a noise, gets 2 feet from where he's trying to be, and can't hold a sneeze in, and just
Perfect.
yeah, orc sneeze is wet.
You hear a little telepathic. Bless you.
So the rest of y'all are hunkered down in the bushes. Torg, like, full on army ranger, like, hup, 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 out there, back against the wall, creeps up, takes a glance in, scoots back behind the wall and gets ready to start, like, hand signaling to you guys, and immediately lets out a big, soggy, wet orc sneeze. Torg, since you are so close, you hear the conversation in the camp stop, and, one of the voices say, "Who was that?" And then a couple of orders barked back and forth, like, "No, I checked last time, you go." And you're going to hear, like, folks start shuffling around. Cora, Iono, and probably Brian, based on where she's standing, can see that they are beginning to, like, shuffle around, and instead of just sitting around a campfire, are, like, grabbing for weapons and stuff. So fecal matter is about to hit the rotate and oscillator.
I would like to maybe pick up a rock near me and throw it in a direction like, I don't really know how to indicate other than this. Throw it in a direction over here to try to make some noise away from our orc buddy.
Okay. On that left-hand bar, you'll see like a magnifying glass, and then there's one that's like a ruler pointing into a circle. If you click that guy, there's several options in there, but it lets you play with your ruler pointer guy, which does 2 things. 1, it lets you measure, and 2, it lets you indicate. You can also click and hold your mouse button on the map, and it will ping like this.
And also, as Brian sees her do this, she's gonna ready thaumaturgy to have it sort of make the sound of like I guess maybe like footsteps trying to like run or walk in that direction.
Okay.
Like near wherever she's throwing the rock, and then away.
Okay. I will take that and I will roll with it. Torg, you are like back up against this wall, and you hear folks shuffling around, and then you hear You're looking back at your friends, and you see the throw of a rock, and the thaumaturgy goes off. So there is the noise of rock, like skipping and hitting this wall over here, and then footsteps of like, fully loaded down adventurer running away. I'm guessing, right, with the thaumaturgy.
Correct.
So that's all happening. Everyone make final preparations before this jerk makes it out. Last call.
Yeah, I'm going to attempt to scoot around this corner out of view.
Okay. Just give me one last stealth check for the lulls. Roll20 is like really lagging. As you scoot around, you can hear the footsteps of this guy up here. But y'all knew he was up there. So this guy steps around. This guy steps here. He steps out here, looking around, not seeing anything, calls back to his friends. I heard footsteps, but I don't see nobody. Well, keep looking.
My instinct tells me to attack them, but maybe you guys should think a little more tactically before I do.
What do these guys look like? Do they look like pirates or like meanie bad people or what?
So everyone you've seen so far is human. This guy is wielding like a woodcutter's axe, like a pretty hefty axe. They're in leather armors. This guy here has like a short sword and a crossbow. But I mean, if we're profiling folks, they don't seem to be like the most upstandingest guys. But aside from humans in leather armor carrying around weapons, nothing immediately jumps out as like he doesn't have any gang symbols or identifying marks or anything on him at this distance in the dark. Speaking of the dark, this guy's going to call out back to the group for somebody to bring a torch because they can't see anything out here.
So what do you guys want to do?
Well, I would like to take them down, but I'm not sure that that's wise.
Maybe we can lead them off. Separate these from their friends.
That's a great idea. You got any more rocks around here? We can throw another one a little bit further away.
All right, I'm gonna throw a rock. Let me see if I can actually make a shape here. Over
If you
here.
just,
Can you see that?
Yep. You can also, like I said, if you just hold your mouse down, if you just click and hold, it will ping.
I don't 100% know what I'm doing here.
Just click and hold. I promise it'll work.
I think you're doing great.
There you go. You did it.
But now we have that fun box there. That'll be a memory that we share forever.
Yeah, there's a box in the box. There's two boxes.
So, rock.
And I'm going to cast Thaumaturgy again, but this time I'm going to try and make it sound like leaves rustling, since there's it looks like there's a bush right there. I'm going to try and make it sound like leaves rustling as if someone was like leaping into that bush.
Okay, give me a ranged attack throw with the rock, just for my own amusement.
What would be the best way to go about that?
Depends on what kind of stuff you got. You can either just click dexterity in your sheet, or you could click on one of your other ranged weapons that you're proficient with. I don't know what your actual character sheet has because I haven't looked at everyone's equipment. That'd work. That's sufficient enough. Okay, so you throw a rock off that way, and it skitters, and about that time, your bestest friend gives it a little rustle effect, and so the group of them is going to kind of clump up. Torch guy gets out here with a torch, and then they're going to head out that direction together. You notice the folks on the walls are patrolling to you know be closer that way in case anything pops off. Torg, you hear the footsteps up above of the guy patrolling out to the end of the wall.
I am holding to see what my bros do.
As you can see, I have mage armored myself.
Okay. Both these guys have torches now and are beginning to like search through the bushes. The guy wielding the crossbow kind of hangs back and waits. They are doing amazing on their investigation checks, let me tell you.
Shall we?
Can I see this guy?
Not when he's all the way out there, but as he kind of shuffles back and forth, you can get him once he steps back closer to the wall that you're closer to and pops up over the ramparts. Then you can get him. If he's over on this end, then you can't. But he's kind of patrolling, remember? So you'd have to time it.
When he gets here within 30 feet of me and I can see him, I am going to, assuming I get the idea that my party is about ready to start fighting, I am going to thorn whip up to him and attempt to yank him off.
I always get super happy whenever anyone's able to thorn whip people off of stuff.
Yeah.
It's one of the things I love doing, so I always get so happy when someone finally gets to yank a guy off of a wall.
So yeah, I'm going to hold my thorn whip. So when he is within range and it looks like the party's about to go, I'm going to try to snag him and pull him off so he's by himself.
Okay. Anyone's combat's kicking off initial actions? Y'all can't communicate with Torg, but he's kind of keeping an eye on y'all, waiting on y'all to do the thing, and as soon as y'all do the thing, he's going to thorn whip this guy.
I'm gonna take a few steps in front of the bush and pull out my axe so that I kind of like get those guys' attention, while everyone else kind of hangs back and can start doing their own thing.
I cannot properly patrol all of my bad guys at the same time, but like people
You mean
are,
you didn't write a bot script to do that?
yeah, people are fanning out. So let's go ahead, just for the sake of it, and do some initiative rolling so that we can pop things off here. There will be a surprise round. I don't know what Roll20's deal is today. I don't know if it's Firefox playing with it or what, but like my turn order guy is broke and everything. I'm gonna refresh the stream. I apologize to anyone watching. Meanwhile, I'm gonna start rolling bad guys. For my own sanity, they're going to act in groups based on what type of enemy they are, so that there's not 15 turns, unless you guys want me to roll everybody.
Yeah, I expect 100% realism.
Okay, here we go. See how far that sarcasm gets you, sir.
This is literally how my life works.
I like that you said that, and then they're all rolling like single-digit numbers. Well, the good news is y'all roll really, really goods on that. All right, I got my turn order actually working on the stream version of Roll20 now. So, surprise round. Everyone gets one action or one move. Actually, no, we're not playing that edition of D&D. Sorry. Everyone gets one turn before we kick off to the actual turn order proper. Don't mind me. I've been reading 4E stuff. Don't ask why. It's all Chuck's fault.
Lol.
Yeah, see? I see you over there in Twitch chat, Chuck.
Does that initial move forward that I did from the bushes count as my thing, or can I still do something?
You can take a full turn. So on your turn, you'll be able to run out of the bushes and get to that guy.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
First up is Val and Iono.
All right, you saw I did that true strike up there, so that's going to be it's going to be my action. I'm going to attempt to come over. It's hard to see these squares, so.
Oh, sorry, the grid is still set for the daylight version. Stand by.
So I'm going to take a move, and I am going to.
How about that?
And that will be my turn.
I was way too lazy to do the map twice, so I just have the daylight and night versions sitting on top of each other.
Cool.
Okay, so true strike and run forward, and Brian's turn.
So I'm also going to move up to like here. I'm gonna, I guess, take my full movement and go up there and cast my spiritual weapon.
Ooh.
Like right there.
I don't know if I have a cool token to use as a spiritual weapon, but I can upload one in a second. What is your spiritual weapon?
It's gonna look like a giant tentacle.
That makes sense.
With like water dripping off of it, and I would like to thwack that baddie in the face.
That is my new favorite sentence.
I nod approvingly.
That hits that guy.
Awesome. I guess does that mean I hit him for 5 force damage?
You hit him for 5 force damages.
Slick.
Just for my own sanity, I'm gonna draw a placeholder because I don't have any tentacle porn at the ready.
Bummer, man. What are you doing?
Playing D&D. Anything else on Brian's turn?
No, that's probably. We'll leave it at that for now.
All right. So out of nowhere, a giant tentacle pops out of the ground and starts attacking at this guy. He's going to turn around and shoot at Brian, who happens to be closest, but I don't know if spiritual weapon counts as giving him disadvantage on this attack. Let me see here.
I don't think so.
Isn't this our surprise round?
Oh yeah, it is a surprise round. See, that's what I keep you around for. Skip, 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 skip. Cora.
Yeah, I was just about to ask about that.
I didn't sleep good at all last night, guys. So like, you guys unfortunately are getting like a half awake bounty hunter right now.
It's all good.
Great.
Oh, good. C+ game.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I apologize.
It's true. And then I made him go to the grocery store, and he had to stand in line behind somebody who like couldn't figure out her groceries forever, and it was terrible.
That is one of the worst experiences a human being can have.
I don't do good at like the grocery store and Target already. And then she wasn't feeling great, so she's like, I don't feel great. I'm gonna go sit in the truck, and abandoned me to stand in line behind this woman for 30 minutes while she figured out which coupons and which other things applied, and it was great. So
You
should
told
be
me to
legally
go sit
allowed to
down.
suplex somebody when they do that.
You should have just had a temper tantrum, laid down on the floor, and started like screaming and kicking until this lady just was so embarrassed for you she left.
Yeah, there's really nothing like a grown white man having a temper tantrum in the middle of a public space. It's my
that's basically every day on Twitter.
All right, let's murder these guys.
Yep,
Alright, I
yep,
run
murder the
up to
guys.
that guy. I'm gonna rage and I'm going to try and smack him in the face with my axe.
Oh, this guy's face is so fucked.
Yes. He's getting tentacle slapped and axe murdered. That is in fact 12 slashing damage upside that guy's head. Wow, I also typed an extra 3 on there, and he lost 123 health.
See, like I said, fucked.
You are level 5, hun, and you get to swing a second time, correct?
Oh, I didn't know that it counted for surprise rounds.
No, you get a full round. The one action thing was because Chuck is a bastard, and it has made me been reading some 4E, and how surprise rounds worked in 4E was different.
Damn, Chuck.
Classic Chuck move. That is 11 more damage to that guy's face, and he is barely standing up at this point. And that's going to bring us around to Torg.
All right, Torg, who has drawn a bunch of shit on the map for no reason, is going to find one.
Would you like me to delete that?
Yes, please. That was just supposed to be me pointing to him.
That is not
Great.
how that works. Which layer did you draw that on? Jesus.
I have no idea, but it's just that's the visual representation of my burning determination to pull this guy off the ledge.
We're just gonna draw a happy little oblong over here.
It would not
There
let
we
me
go.
click it without like getting y'all out of the way. That's fantastic. Yeah, do your thing. Roll your stuff.
Alrighty, here goes. Shit.
Fam, that's not gonna cut it.
It's like last night
God
all over
damn
again.
it.
All
Well,
right,
I lash
Indiana
up at him with a whip.
You're watching your party over there, and you're like I said, you're getting ready so that you can strike at the same time they do, and the guy is in the perfect spot, and you glance at you glance over to the party for like half a second to be like, okay, they're going, here we go, and as you whip out, he walks behind one of the like parts of the ramparts that sticks up, and you just catch nothing but block with your whip.
Damn it!
Anything else?
No, that's all I can do with my turn.
Okay, I just didn't know if you wanted to spend the rest of your life hanging out right there next to the edge of a cliff.
Yeah, I'm good for now.
Let's see, which of these enemies have knockback? Iono.
All right, so I am going to, for thematic sake, I'm going to run over here and take a slide into this square, and I'm going to shoot this guy in the back with my pack weapon, which is at the moment a light crossbow. It is weirdly shiny and black and has kind of an eyeball motif.
Noise.
So let's finish fucking this guy's face up. Let's fuck it right off. Or not.
I'm gonna need people who make face fucking threats to like roll higher than 9.
This is going great, guys. We're doing good.
Is there anything else you'd want for your turn after your slide into third base, turn around, spin and shoot?
I'm gonna hope nobody noticed that I didn't shoot him. And that's where my turn will end.
Brian.
First thing I'm going to say is I saw that, and my character sheet is gone. How do I get it back?
That probably showed it to everybody, but did it show
I
it to
have
you?
your character sheet now.
Sorry, it was the easiest way I could do that. Emma, do you have your character sheet now?
No.
Are you in Roll20?
Yeah, every time I click on it, this like very like faded
Double click
gray
that.
box, double click it?
Yep.
Oh my god.
You're-
It's fine. This is fine, you guys.
Hey,
Everything's fine.
if you have any windows open and you double click them, it will minimize them down to like a little faded guy. If you double click them again, they come back. For everybody. So you can like get your character sheet out of the way so it's not like hogging your screen.
Okie dokie. Feeling good. I'm going to use my spiritual weapon one more time and have it hit that same. Well, I'm going to move up a little bit so that I'm closer with the group,
Mm-hmm.
like maybe about there. And I'm going to have my I was yeah, I guess I'll do that. And I'll have my spiritual weapon hit that guy in the face again.
Okay. Roll spiritual weapon.
Do I just click on it again?
That's probably the easiest way. I don't have that spell memorized off the top of my head. Yeah, that worked fine. Guys, everyone's rolling 9s.
Yeah,
We're
we
doing
got this.
great.
Y'all like some critical role wannabes right now.
Mighty Nine.
This is fine. And then I'm gonna try and use my crossbow
Worked great for Iono.
to hit that guy.
Okay, Bush Bandit.
And oh man, buddy.
7 is going to miss.
And I guess that's my turn. Just trying to be helpful.
Ready for bad guys to do some things?
God, I hope they roll 9s.
Well, I'm not whispering my rolls, so you get to see what they roll.
Oh man.
This guy that you guys are all attacking actually goes first, and I was really hoping that y'all would murder him before his turn, but now he gets to go. He has a crossbow in his hands, which he is going to drop to pull out a mace and attempt to swing at Miss Cora. Twice, in fact.
Me? But I only hit him in the face.
For a whole bunches. 12 misses, I'm guessing. Does a 17 hit
Yeah.
you?
Yeah, 17.
3 damage, but keep in mind that's halved if you're raging.
So 1.
Yes. Because he rolled like garbage. This guy is just going to move for his turn because he can hear that combat is breaking out now. This guy up on the walls here is going to shoot down at Iono with crossbow. 14 to hit for 10 piercing.
Does not hit.
Sweet. Bush Dude is going to charge at Brian, who just shot at him. He gonna swing that great axe though. 12. Man, 2 wasted crits. 12 for 10 damage.
12 does not hit.
This guy's gonna run up there as well, and he's gonna do the same thing. Oh man.
9. Miss me with that shit.
And then it's Cora's turn.
Alright, I'm gonna hit that guy again. Or I'm gonna try.
It's just gonna be like 2 hours of everyone but Cora missing, guys, so get ready.
We're just drawing fire so that she can more effectively hit faces.
Distraction for Tiny Rage Lady. Got it. Hun, you murder that guy.
Alright, and then I can still move because I haven't moved, right?
You can move and take your second swing, in fact.
Alright, I'm gonna go there and swing again at that guy right in front of me.
Got it.
Oh, I didn't do so good that way.
Nope, 11 misses. Torg, the guy that you tried to attack, is going to see if he can see your ass. And now he's going to see if he can shoot your ass.
Shit.
16 for 9.
Oh, yeah. That is.
And then it's your turn.
All right. Question for you.
Yep.
Has Torg ever seen an ape?
I imagine so.
All right. Then I will use my action to become an ape. And then I am going to move. What is that? 20 feet that way and use 10 feet upwards with my climb speed. How tall is the wall?
Are apes medium or large?
Medium.
Have an ape token.
Yes. So if the wall is 10 feet or taller, I will be halfway up the wall.
The wall is roughly 15 feet at the top of the ramparts, but 12 foot to the actual floor.
Okay, so then I will be stopping my turn, sort of hanging from a hole in the wall, right about there.
Copy. You should have A, access to move that ape token, and B, you should see the ape in your journal now under Druid Shapes.
Sweet. Yep, I got it.
I'll add your other ones. I totally forgot to do it because grocery store shenanigans.
I'm so happy that it gave me token actions for throwing a rock and stuff.
Yeah. Not all of them are that way, but the ones I've had a lot of druids lately, and so the most commonly used ones I've spent time out of my day to like, here you go, put this on your token.
Oh, that's fantastic. So yeah, I guess I have kind of like half cover, hugged up against the wall.
Yeah, depending on if he walked over and tried to attack you with like a mace or something, less so. But if he was trying to shoot you, it's gonna be half or 3/4 depending on where he's standing. And it's Iono's turn.
Do you use the flanking rule?
You know what? Everyone's rolling so badly that I am willing to say that if you guys want flanking, you can have it, but they would get flanking too.
Yes.
All right.
Pity.
I'm willing to accept that. All right, I'm going to come over this way and attempt to get some cover from the guy on the wall, and I'm going to shoot at this.
Okay, do the thing.
Ha ha!
11 misses. You're
But with-
shooting. You're shooting.
with advantage, 21 might hit.
Oh yeah. You are correct. You know what? Fuck it. Don't care. 21 hits. 11
Oh, wait.
damage.
Can I also get sneak attack damage on that?
You have an ally there, so yeah.
Shit.
Oh, I'm clicking as hard as I can, and it's not doing it.
You can either manually type it in or just roll another attack with your sneak attack thing selected. And we'll just use that sneak damage. Whatever works for you. 5.
But ow! Now I've done something!
You have in fact done the thing. Barring any further movement, it is Brian's turn.
So I would like to move my tentacle.
Like you do.
So that it's over hitting that guy. There we go.
Sorry, I forgot I drew it.
That's okay.
I was in the middle of editing druid shapes for our resident orc dork.
And I would like to thwack this guy in the face. And then I'm going to hit this guy with my mace.
Okay, so spiritual weapon at the top guy, and then maces on the bottom guy?
Correct.
Okay, spiritual weapon hits. Mace hits.
And that's all she wrote.
Alright, that guy's dead. I'm going to remove him from the turn order because that makes sense. This guy is going to step out here. How far does he need to be? He's going to step a little closer, and he's going to throw a dagger straight at Cora's back. In fact, he's going to do it twice.
My back.
And he's going to miss both times.
My back is too small.
That is true. And that's going to be his turn because he's out of movement. Otherwise, he's going to say, well, screw this. Guy up on the wall sees that Iono is in cover and is going to shoot at Cora. 18 for 10 piercing damage. Half it if need be. Let's see here. Let's get fun with these berserker guys. Nope, he can't move there without provoking. He's gonna attack Cora with reckless attack. Ooh, didn't need to. 25 to hit for 17 slashing damage.
Ow. So
And it
that's 6 or 7.
Eight.
8.
'cause
I can
16.
subtract.
She is a math teacher, y'all, so just keep that in mind.
Yeah, but this is our off hours, so, math's for nerds.
I think it's fun. Like, I don't make fun of her for it or anything, but I do chuckle to myself when, like, she comes home and is talking about the, having to deal with students who didn't understand the area under a curve and theoretical mathematics and all this fun stuff that she talks about. But then, like, we're playing Lords of Waterdeep and she's counting on her fingers. And it's like, hun,
Counting is hard.
3 plus 4 has been 7, like, for your whole life. Like, how can you do, like, have half the prime numbers to 1,000 memorized and still work on single digit numbers? But I love her.
It's like knowing how to fly a helicopter but not ride a bike.
I just asked him to add everything for me. It's much faster than trying to think about it.
Works for me. It is your turn, hun.
Yay! I'm going to hit the guy that just tried to hit me.
You have advantage on that attack.
And then I'll do reckless attack as well.
You already have advantage on the attack because he reckless attacked.
Oh, then never mind.
I mean, you're welcome to it, but 16 does in fact hit him for 10 whole damages.
I'm going to try it again. No.
That one misses even with advantage. Ape guy. This guy is going to walk over. He's going to drop his crossbow where he stands, run over with a mace, and attempt to start whacking your fingers and try to get you to let go of the wall.
Ook. Ook, ook.
21 and a 17 for a total of 12 bludgeoning finger damage.
Yep. Okay.
The bottom berserker down here is going to step around and attempt to attack Brine with that sweet flankage. Why is it not rolling? There it goes. 24 for 4 slashings.
Ow.
Also, Torg, you should have a pile of just my most common animals in your journal now.
Sweet.
And it's your turn, Mr. Ape.
All right. I am going to use a little bit of my movement to get up here, and then I'm going to multi-attack his face.
Should have grabbed him by the ankles and suplexed him off the fucking wall.
I really thought about it, but I already made a fool of myself trying to do Thorn Whip. Ah, fuck it. I'm
Give
gonna
me-
try to. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna fist him, and I'm gonna try to. Son of a bitch!
If there was anyone to critical miss a fist, it would be you.
Ook. Yeah. So that's my turn.
Okay, no more movement or anything crazy.
Nope, I don't think there's really any place I can go.
All right, Iono, your Mister is a misser on Fister, so it is your turn.
Please don't say that again. All right, I'm going to shoot this young thing ne'er do well. Perhaps unsuccessfully.
Need a 13 to hit him, actually.
Womp. So yeah, that'll do it.
Brian.
All right. I think we're gonna do a repeat of last time, and my spiritual weapon's gonna go for that top guy.
Guys.
There's that 9 again. This entire stream is just going to be us failing at this fight and then giving up.
Turning back into a seal and going and having adventures with Miss Talia.
Us failing at this fight and then going to watch Game of Thrones.
Doing great, doing great. I guess, and then I'm still gonna. Well, Cora, how is Cora feeling?
You guys can see each other's health bars, right?
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'll leave her for now. And I will hit that guy with my mace again, or I'm going to try to.
19.
Why isn't it working? Is it working? Did it do it?
It did not do it.
Why isn't it doing this?
I don't know if Roll20 is being weird. It's been kind of weird on my end, so I don't know.
It's not doing the thing.
I feel like we can just count that as a success.
It worked when I did it. I just rolled really badly. How the hell did you do 0 bludgeoning damage? Oh, you have a -1 strength.
Oh, damn it. I meant to move that shit around before game. All right, it's fine. It's cool. It's cool. Cool.
I didn't know that was a thing you could do.
I feel like damage is always minimum 1.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you a pity of 1 damage on that, but I applaud you for rolling 0.
I thought I moved the stats around and didn't, so it's cool.
Brian lifts her mace high above her head and then gently caresses him with it.
I'm gonna knight this man on the shoulder.
I just want to let you know that that's more damage than the monkey's doing, so...
Yeah.
Bandit Captain, who I accidentally just skipped, he's gonna run forward, and he's gonna draw himself his scimitar here. And he's gonna attempt to multi-attack with daggers and scimitar. All of this is aimed at Cora. 16 for 8 damage, 23 for 5 damage, and then a 9, which is going to miss. So I count 6 damage total since you're raging.
Okay.
Thug's turn, up on the wall. He's doing just fine. I feel like this other thug somehow did not get in the initiative order since some jackass made me roll for every single enemy. Sure, I'll add him to the initiative. This guy is going to shoot at Iono. 20 for 3. This guy's going to add himself to the initiative order because. And then it's going to be the Berserker's turn. Let me fix this. Okay. Berserker is going to swing at Cora, who's doing the most damage. I hate to do that, but she's the powerhouse.
Just picking on me, the tiny little person just picking on me.
He did not reckless, so that's going to be a miss. And your turn.
Okay, so guy in front of me, did he reckless attack again?
Nope, he did not. He just swung at you and did not.
Okay, then I'll reckless attack him.
Oh, God. Oh, that was not bad.
And I'll just break. Can I reckless? I don't think I can reckless attack twice.
I would have to go look. I think it's the first attack of your turn. Yeah, you have to say it before the first attack of your turn, but if you do it, then it's every attack that turn.
Okay, so, well, I guess it doesn't really matter, but.
Okay. 12 damage to the guy right in front of you, right? He is not looking so good. The ape fight continues. This guy is going to swipe at you with his mace twice again.
Oh, you bitch.
And that's his turn, and then it's your turn.
So Ape is gone.
It did so much.
What did he do? 12, and that was at 7, so I lose 5.
He got you up the wall.
It did. I guess you did climb the wall with the ape.
Yeah, that's true. All right, first things first, I'm going to move there so that I'm at a line of sight of that other guy shooting.
Push him off the wall.
Fuck that. It just keeps getting me killed.
Push him right into that damn tent.
I am going to cast Call Lightning.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I'm just going to fucking destroy everybody because I'm pissed now.
Let's find out what that does. You got this. Link,
Oh, that's
link
right.
Link the thing for me.
Yeah. I'm doing it. I forgot that it makes me pick the...
Oh, yeah, because it's a spell. How many people? Who all does it hit?
I believe it just hits him, but now every turn I can bring down more lightning. And it's 120 feet, so I can hit like everybody on the field.
Okay, let's see if you finally do a thing. He rolled a 2.
Blam! So he takes 16 as storm clouds gather overhead. Important question. Was it already storm?
There were already clouds, but it was not like stormy. Like it wasn't about to rain, but it's, just it's about to be dusk and the marine layers coming in off the ocean. I know Arizona has lots of like ocean experience for y'all. But like right about dusk, the fog and wetness kind of just lurks up onto the beaches around here, and that's what you had to work with.
Okay. Well, let me know if a storm breaks out, because that makes it do an extra D10.
Well, you should have started venturing a week ago when the storm broke out. Anything else?
That's going to do it. I'm going to hold my concentration on that spell.
Okay. Bottom Berserker is going to attempt to hit Brine and is going to reckless attack to do that. 22 for 6. And then it's Iono.
I'm going to try once again to hit this young fella here. So let's see
I
how that
believe in you.
goes.
I have faith.
I'm gonna click this button so hard.
I mean,
I do
you have advantage, so
So, yeah. Cool. I did something.
that pity advantage though. So you hit the berserker, right?
Yeah, the one that's right in front of Cora.
Okay. 13 damages. That guy, like, if you sneeze on him, he's gonna fall down. And it's Brian's turn.
Sneeze on him.
Achoo. I am going to cast Cure Wounds on Cora.
You don't have to. I'm still pretty good. Like,
I know, but she's getting nervous, so she's gonna do that.
Boop.
thank you.
And then her spiritual weapon tentacle is going to smack
The guy that needs
that
sneeze
same guy
damage.
again.
There's all them high numbers you needed.
There we go.
That guy goes down.
Excellent. And that's it.
Tentacle up the nose. Alright, let's see. We got a thug who's going to shoot a crossbow at Torg. 12. We have a thug who's going to shoot a crossbow at Iono. 5. He's going to actually also step back a little bit.
Oh, what a bit.
We have a bandit captain who's going to take another set of swipes at Cora. Actually, tempting. Yeah, he's going to swipe at Cora. 12, a 7, and a 14. Wait, did you reckless last turn?
Yeah.
Okay, so a 12, a 22, and a 15. So I count 6 damage, half to 3, 5, half to 2, so you take 5 damage.
Okay.
We have a berserker who's going to swing at Brian. No advantage anymore, and I did not declare reckless, so that's going to be a miss, and then it's Cora's turn. Y'all got this, guys.
Okay. So guy in front of me is dead, but the guy behind me is still up, right?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and clear these dead tokens out of here. Not that
Okay,
I don't like
well,
y'all
guy
having your kill
behind
trophies.
me, I'll reckless attack. See what happens. Yeah.
That'll hit. The second one hits. Any movement?
No, I'm good.
Torg, since you won't do it, I'm gonna do it. This guy's gonna try to push you off the wall, so I'm gonna need athletics or acrobatics check, contested against the one that I'm about to roll. Yeah, boy, beat that 20.
Oh no, no.
Ooh.
Well, well, well.
Tie goes to the defender, man.
Yep, so you guys are locked in that, like, his arms are on your shoulders and your arms are grabbing a hold of him, like, right underneath his armpits, and y'all are just, like, he's trying to force you to the edge, and You've got your foot back on the ramparts and are pushing back. And it is
Not
your
today,
turn.
friend.
But the effect is a beautiful slow dance.
Oh, yes.
Yep. I'm gonna tussle over this way.
Do the sidestep and let his momentum carry
Yep.
his ass over the wall.
And then I'm going to bring down another call lightning on his face. Eventually.
I have faith. Click the thing.
Well, he saved. Just barely.
That would have murdered his ass, too.
So he takes 13. Blam!
That almost murdered his ass anyway.
Our struggle is pretty epic up here.
It's pretty great. There's a 4-person pile up down there. They've already killed 2 people. There's crossbow bolts shooting from the rest of the wall, and it's just been you and this jackass the whole fight. And that guy's turn was already supposed to have happened. Iono.
All right. Oh God, I've done something to my computer here, and I've made everything very big. Well, I've made a mess of it. Give me a second.
Sounds like she needs to see a shrink.
I think we're doing great.
All right, so I'm going to move over here, and as a bonus action, Iono will lift a bony finger and put a hex on this guy right here, while some black briny seawater kind of just comes trickling out of her mouth. And
And I
from
believe
that,
you get to pick an ability to hex as well, right? Like he has disadvantage on ability checks or something? Question mark.
yeah. So I will give a disadvantage on dexterity saves.
I think it's just ability checks, not the actual
Oh,
saves, but I'll check that in a minute.
one ability.
Disadvantage on ability checks made with the chosen ability. Okay, yeah. Probably won't come into play in combat, but just letting you know you get it.
Okay, cool. So it would be okay. And then to follow that up, I am just going to go ahead and shoot his ass.
Okay. That hits for
So I've got 8, 9 with the
plus your sneak and your hex
sneak.
from their first roll.
And so I need to roll another 1d6, so. How's that for math?
21. Right? This guy is going to shoot a crossbow bolt at Torg, and I think that's going to miss based on distance. Yeah, he would. Nope, he would not have disadvantage before he moved. Does his 13 hit you, sir?
It does, exactly. God damn it.
Okay, he's going to pop off a shot, and he's going to run around on the walls, and that'll be his turn. This guy can no longer see Iono, so he's going to move down here and shoot at Cora.
Did we skip me?
Oh, we did.
Definitely did.
I must have clicked the button twice. Sorry. Go ahead.
That's okay.
I'm super awake, guys, I promise.
I think we're doing great. This is fine. I'm gonna move my spiritual weapon so that it's on that guy.
Tentacles.
And I am going to Sacred Flame this guy.
We'll just put it right in the middle.
Yeah, that's fine.
Give me them rolls. That'll hit. And dexterity save. The Sacred Flame is on the big axe guy, right?
If that is this one, then yes.
Cheers. And he fails. So
Solid.
20 damages.
The other, I don't think that I added my temporary hit points onto my character sheet, but I don't think I added it to my icon. So do I just add the 7 to what I currently have?
Yeah, you can do it that way.
Okay.
Did you get temporary hit points before you took damage or after?
Before I cast it, like right when we got onto shore and realized that we were gonna have to, I cast False Life on myself.
Okay, yeah. Since you've taken damage, then go ahead and just add that 7 to your current hit points, because the THP
Okay,
would have
yeah.
gone away first. I don't have a good way to track temporary hit points on the token without like making every token track temporary hit points.
Got it. Okay.
And I figured it would be more important to like see your armor class and passive perception at a glance.
Roger that. Okay, thank you.
Yep. I got a thug who's shooting at Cora. 14 for 4. And then it was Bandit Captain Guy. He's actually going to disengage and move 30 feet. He turns around and books it right on past Iono.
Do I get an attack of opportunity?
Nope, he disengaged.
Damn.
But it is now your turn.
Alright, so he ran away. There's still one guy right here.
Attacking Brian, yeah. Ow. 25 damage. He's still up, but just barely. Torg, it's that time of year again. This guy's gonna give up on the whole pushing thing because clearly that doesn't work at this place, and he's just going to mace you. And he's gonna miss, and then it's your turn.
Whiffed. So I dodge his attack and I look him right in the eyes and I tell him, "May the elements guide you home, friend." And then I blast his ass out of existence.
Yeah, you do. He had 3 hit points left, so
Satisfying.
big crash of thunder, lightning strikes down, and that guy basically just like turns to black dust and Avengers on out of here.
Sweet. And then I'll move over here and survey the battle below.
As you step to the edge of the battlements there, you see Cora and Brian attacking a guy who's attacking back, and they're trading blows. He's got a big-ass battle axe, and you see this jackass booking it back into the fort. And then there's 2 guys who are having a heck of a time just standing up top, taking pot shots with crossbows.
Got it. That's my turn.
Berserker Man is going to use what could conceivably be his last turn to reckless attack Brian, because he's been trying to lay into her this whole time and has got little to no headway in that situation. 14 slashing damage if a 17 hits you.
It does not. I'm gonna toss my shield up to that.
Clang. Iono.
All right. This coward that's running away, getting crossbowed. Maybe.
You can hear the dog in the background.
That is a miss, I'm afraid.
Poop. Then I think that's all I'm going to do. That's all I had prepared.
And then it's Brian.
Okay. I am going to move. No. I'm gonna move my. Oh, I don't want to do that. I'm gonna move my spiritual weapon over to that guy.
Okay. Hit.
Slick. And then I am going to cast. I'm going to do another Sacred Flame on this one right here that Cora and I are still engaged with.
Okay. He did Reckless, so you have advantage on any melee attacks. I don't know if that helps your choices at all.
It doesn't, since I have that -1 strength going on
Oh, yeah, that whole
that
thing.
I didn't plan well for at all. I'm a professional. This is fine.
Well, he still crit failed his dex save.
Okay, excellent. So my blue rain droplets of sacredness are gonna
Raindrops keep
douse him.
falling on my head.
Yep, exactly.
Next time it's Cora's turn, this guy's gonna be dead. Thug is going to move forward and shoot at Brian with a crossbow, and the next one's going to shoot at Cora with a crossbow. 8 on Brian, 5 on Cora. Well, the tide is quickly turning, guys. This guy, does Spiritual Weapon get attacks of opportunity?
Ooh, I don't think so.
I don't think so either. He's going to use his turn to dash. And he's going to get up on the wall there. Cora.
All right, I'm going to reckless attack the guy behind me.
Do it. He did.
Okay, I don't think anyone else is close enough for me to get to them because everyone else is up on the wall, right?
Correct.
Okay, well, what's the best way from where I'm standing to get up on the wall? Is it?
So the wall is a little bit collapsed here, and you could try to climb it, or you could take the much longer, more guaranteed route around. Being a halfling and having a shorter run speed, this is going to be a long time to go all the way around and up onto the walls. Being a barbarian, you're probably okay at climbing, and you would probably say, I can get up the cracked part, the rubbly part, pretty easily. I don't want to jinx you or anything, but
If I tried to climb up the rubble part, that would probably be like a double move, right?
you could move this turn, and then you could use athletics check next turn as your action to climb up the wall.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay. That guy is dead, so it's Torg's turn.
Oh, Cora, thank God you stopped right there. Changing my point of view to over here, I'm going to cast or call down my Call Lightning on this point right there, which means both of them need to make me a dex save.
Both fail.
Bam!
No big deal. It's just like 2/3 of both of their life in one attack.
And I'm going to stay right where I am because I see that guy coming toward.
Okay. Berserker Man is dead, which means it is Iona's turn.
All right. If I wanted to move up over here, would I need to do well, would I need to do any kind of athletics or acrobatics onto this kind of end point of the rubble? And then from here, would I be able to hit this guy?
Okay, so you moved into what used to be the gate. Are you trying to climb up? Question mark.
No, I was just sort of asking the space I'm in, would it require anything at the moment?
No. That's again we're using a little bit of imagination with the map, but there's what used to be the road, or the road goes through what used to be like the gate of this fort. The gate is not there anymore, but you could literally drive a wagon through where you're standing. And then
All
that
right.
guy he's up on the wall, so you can't see from like his knees down, but you can see enough of him that it's not cover,
All right. Well, let's give it a shot.
especially at this distance back. That'll hit. Jesus, y'all do a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Once you finally start hitting stuff, it like very quickly turned the tide. But at first, it was just like,
Right.
man, this combat has taken an hour, and all of the bad guys are still up. What's going on here? Brian.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and move myself up closer.
You can get 5 more feats.
Oh, let's
You can get all the way to, yeah, there.
okay, I will do that. And then I'm going to move my spiritual weapon actually to these guys over here. If I can move it up to that. And I'll go ahead and I'll hit the one on the bottom guy.
Okay. Roll it. He has 10 hit points left. You killed him.
Oh, amazing. And can I see the other one? Can I see that one?
I'd give him half cover based on the angle of the walls and stuff. If you were looking to do something to him and we're standing either here or here, sorry, these 2 squares, I would not give him cover, but because you're behind this section of the wall, that's what's
Right.
really going to give him the cover.
Okay, no, I'm probably just gonna leave it at that then.
You could take the action before you move and not have cover.
Oh, well, I mean, if you'd let me do that, absolutely, then I would 100%.
You betcha. Knock it out. Just do 10 damage
Cool.
to him. Well, 5 is almost 10.
It's very close. And so I think that is yeah, that's probably going to be it for now.
Okay. That means it's going to be his turn. And Cora's way up close to the wall. And you also have cover. You didn't need to worry about cover. You use Sacred Flame. Sacred Flame don't care about no cover.
Oh, right. Yeah. See, it's fine. We're doing great.
It's great. Fine. It's great. Torg is actually this guy's best shot, so he's going to fire a crossbow bolt across at Torg because Torg doesn't have no cover. But he's going to miss by 1.
Whiff!
And that's going to be his turn. I'm not going to sit here and make every single NPC run away just to draw this out. This guy, speaking of NPCs running away, he's going to get up here and he's going to open the door to the lighthouse, though, and get ready to go inside.
Uh-oh.
But that's the end of his movement. Cora.
Okay, I'm gonna do athletics check to climb, right?
Yep. The DC was 12, so you are on top of the wall now.
Okay, I'm gonna hit him. Oh, maybe not. Oh, maybe not.
Swish, swish.
I know that feel.
Torg.
Seeing that guy about to run inside, I'm going to call lightning right there.
It's Kazap. Apparently, I do not have his character sheet open yet. That was not the right number.
I kind of like it.
Add 2 to that, but yeah. I forgot he's actually proficient in dex saves.
Not so fast, friend.
Yeah, not so fast at all. He had 13 hit points left, and you just did 20. Iono. The guy that you were chasing after just got electrified to death.
Well then, it seems like they have that other guy under control, so I'm going to move up to where he was going and see what the hell's going on in that lighthouse.
Okay, we can get you to the stairs. And if you dash, you can get to the top of the second set of stairs with a dash.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay. Before you is what remains of a mostly charred body and the door to the lighthouse.
He was riding the lightning.
Brian.
I am going to move up as well. I'm going to just be following right after Iono, as far as I can get. Yeah, so.
We can get you to this square right here with a dash.
Okay. There. And as I'm running past, I'm going to have my spiritual weapon hit that one last guy up there.
You're not even going to turn around and look and let your tentacle kill this guy. Yup, he did. 5 hit points left.
I'm going... Yeah, no, I'll leave it at that for now. Well, everyone's dead anyway, so.
Everyone's dead, and that is the end of combat.
Success!
You guys did the thing. It took just a little bit longer than the last time I ran this, but you did it and nobody died, so that's good. You had me worried at the beginning, that's for sure.
This was just going to be 4 hours of whiffing.
Yeah. I only needed 1 map, apparently. But before we get into looting bodies and anything crazy, it's been about 2 hours since we kicked this off. You guys want to take like 5?
That would be delightful.
All right, take 5 and be right back, folks. Because I need more water. be the only one.
Yeah, I'm back.
No big deal.
We're champion peers from our WoW rating days.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, we used to have to go to the bathroom, get food, feed our dogs, and let them out in the 10-minute break in the middle of raid.
That's okay. I was one of those guys that's like, 10 minutes, that's totally enough time to get to Taco Bell, get food, and get back.
And then it takes 27 minutes and everybody's secretly cursing at you.
Whatever, I'm the main healer. What you gonna do? Raid without me?
Ooh, yeah. No, the healer can do whatever they want. I was always lowly DPS. Essentially Torg, but a troll.
You got a sweet accent, though.
Yeah, man.
It's cool. I was on Heal Team 6 too.
That's the best place to be. Stand in the back, watch everyone else.
You have your own little like chat group where you're like, "Oh, these idiots.
Yep.
They're so stupid. Why won't they get out of the way?"
You can actually see the fight though, because I've done tanking as well, and it's just 4 hours of looking at the ball sack of whatever boss you're fighting.
That's also being, melee DPS. Up in the
Mhm.
grill, you like spend half your time inside their model.
Yep, and it's just a pile of people up there. Meanwhile, all of us healers are back there, standing, spread out, and stuff like that. Once in a while, you have a fight where you clump, and then everyone moves, like what's his name in Nax, where you do the safety dance. But thug life.
That was one of my favorite fights.
Yeah, I could probably talk WoW just as long as I could talk RPGs, and I haven't played it in a decade, or half a decade.
All right. Sounds like we have our next interview before you ship off. Let's
There
have a
you go.
WoW.
Do we have everybody back, though?
Hello, hi.
We got the important person. Hun, you're back and good?
The important person is Emma and not your wife.
Or not you, the DM.
I mean, y'all are going to have fun whether I'm here or not, I feel like.
We absolutely would.
Y'all didn't need
Accurate.
enemies. Y'all were having fun with SEAL Team 6 back there in the water.
Damn right.
All right, so here's the scene, though. You guys are at this old, abandoned in the sense that there's no longer a military encampment here, fort, and one of the towers of that keep was the lighthouse. Since this place is no longer a military stronghold, it is still it's still relevant that you have the lighthouse going, of course. So there's been a small family that has lived here and runs the lighthouse, and like I said, they get a stipend and free supplies from the town, because without the lighthouse, ships must go much further to the south and around the reefs and rocks. So you have cleared out what you can only imagine to be the source of the problem, because it is now, after dusk. The sun is set fully. The main source of light is the campfire and torches that these guys had going, and the lighthouse is very much not on. Out in the waters to the southeast is Captain Talia on the Southern Comfort, who is waiting on some kind of signal or something from you guys. There are a bunch of corpses scattered about, a campfire that's crackling along happily, and the open door of the lighthouse tower proper.
I'd like to go in that lighthouse.
Are we all grouped up here now at this point, or are we all still staying in our, are we gonna go in together as a group?
Totally up to y'all.
Yeah, Torg doesn't really have a whole lot of interest in looting the field, so he's more interested in completing the mission.
Yeah, same. I wanted the opportunity to bless all of us before we go inside.
Also, for reference, from the outside, you can see that the lighthouse looks to be about 3 floors taller than the fort. So it's the highest point of the fort, but from the landing that you guys are on, there's the floor that you're on, and then 2 more above it. The final one being the actual light.
All right. And you said it's dark inside the lighthouse?
It's dark inside the lighthouse. The door is open. You don't hear any noise. Not only is it dark on the bottom floor, the light itself, the third floor, is totally off. At this point, you don't see or hear any signs of life or movement from inside of the facility.
All right. I'm going to cast produce flame and just keep it on my hand as a torch. So my hand is kind of a little fireball that I'll hold up and cast light.
Okay. I'm gonna compile my corpses down here just for my own sanity.
I'm also going to like right as we're all out here. I'm gonna cast a prayer of healing on everyone, or just in the area.
Ooh, nice.
All that healing, though.
That almost maxed me back out.
I feel better.
Do we each get 16?
Correct.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a real good spell.
Okay, so orc with fireball in his hand to light the way. Brian can also cast light if so needed. A little bit of healing juice for everybody, and an empty lighthouse ahead of you.
And yeah, Torg will proceed inside.
Okay, the bottom floor of the lighthouse. The structure itself's probably 20-foot-ish in diameter. The bottom floor appears to be kind of like a living room sort of quarters. There's a small table on one side, some seating, and it's just like a common room, basically. It's dark, but you brought light. You can go ahead and give me a perception or an investigation, depending on whether you're scanning or whether you're searching for anything.
Is that for all of us?
Anyone who's walking inside, yeah.
I'll do a cursory glance with perception.
Okay,
I'm gonna investigate.
Everyone's critting now that combat's done.
Not me. I got distracted by something behind me.
Torg and Brian, and in fact, everybody but Cora. Oh, you guys enter the lighthouse, and it's not like ominously silent in here, but there's no sign of light coming from the stairwell on the far side that leads up to the second floor, and there's no sounds. You just hear the ocean out the door behind you. With the 2 crits, though, that is enough to see that on the floor here there is dried bloodstains, and it's harder to see since you're just operating off of your handheld torch that the actual room isn't properly lit. But as you get closer and investigate, you can see that it's clearly the dark red, almost brownish color of dried blood that wasn't properly cleaned up.
Something terrible happened here. Are there any signs of like a struggle? Are there streaks in the blood that looks like somebody's been dragged? Maybe we can go find a body.
So again, actually, give me a medicine check, just because I never get to tell people to use that skill.
Ooh, may I
Hey.
assist?
Yeah. Both of you can make checks, or one person can make it with advantage. Your choice.
That's fine. There you go.
There you go. So you have advantage, but you didn't need it.
Sweet.
Blood is old. More than a couple of days. You'd say at least a week or more. It looks like some of it was attempted to be cleaned up, but it had already kind of set in to both the floor and the like throw rug that's under the table kind of area. And so like since they did not clean it immediately, it was, it became a stain. There's no like amazing signs of a struggle aside from the fact that there's spots of blood, and there's not like a trail of somebody being drug off, but you do see that there's smaller splotches and spatter that indicate somebody was either drugged or carried out the door once they fell and died, basically.
I relay roughly that to my party.
I am going to stealthily kind of move forward up the stairs and investigate what I believe to be the ominous reason that these guys were staying outside in tents instead of inside this fortified area.
Okay, you move up to the second floor, and you are quick and quiet, and you get up there, and you see that this is the, this is where the bedrooms are. There's 3 bedrooms total, 2 on one side, 1 on the other, because then there is the curve of the stairs up to the final floor of the lighthouse. And the first thing that hits you is the smell, kind of. The doors are all closed, though, but there is definitely the smell of death here.
Very personal to me. Do you want me to do another investigate on this floor?
No, it's the one check's enough for the lighthouse. It doesn't even warrant like a map and everything because it's just skills basically. Do you open bedroom doors or do you head up to the 3rd floor?
I am going to motion for the party to follow me, indicating that it's clear up here.
Okay.
I'm also. Did my previous Eyes of the Grave catch the lighthouse in it? Was that too far away?
It was too far away. Based on where you were, you told me 60 feet, I believe, and
Correct.
that got us to like here, I think.
Okay, I'm gonna just go ahead and scan the area. I'm gonna use Eyes of the Grave and sort of take a moment and scan the area again to see if there's any on in the lighthouse.
Scan comes back clean.
I'm gonna follow Iono up.
I'll follow them.
Okay, everyone heads up to the 2nd floor. Like I said, there are 2 doors on the right-hand side that are closed, and there is 1 door on the left-hand side that's closed. Smells funky here, not like fresh corpse and like gore, but like just that old something was here kind of smell. And then straight ahead of you is the stairs that continue to curve and head up to the 3rd floor, which you know to be the top of the lighthouse.
I'm going to open the door on the left once I'm joined by the rest of the party.
Okay, you open the door to the left, and it is a small bedroom. Not too much in here. Bed, dresser, small desk kind of stuff. There is signs of a struggle here, and then signs of blood on both the furniture and the linen. But you don't see a body.
Then
But definitely signs of a struggle and definitely blood.
I am going to open one door and then the next until we can either find some bodies or not find some.
Okay. Yeah, you open one door and it's another bedroom, and then you open the final door and it's essentially the master bedroom. It's the biggest of the 3 based on the fact that it has the room under the stairs essentially in addition to the size of the other rooms. And in here is A, signs of struggle and blood, and B, the bodies of a man, a woman, and a probably early teenage human boy.
Brian is going to go up to them and sort of look them over to see like how am I able to tell like roughly how long they've been dead and how they were killed.
Yeah, medicine check. All that knowledge.
Man, medicine putting in work today.
Yup. So it's pretty easily identifiable that they were hit with bludgeoning weapons and slashing weapons. They are cut. They are bruised. They were essentially, attacked. It looks like you would, based on the way the flesh looks and the dehydration and the draining of blood and stuff, you would say week and a half, 2 weeks.
Okay, I'm gonna relay that to the group, and then I'm gonna turn back to them and like sort of put my hands on them and say like a prayer very quietly to myself before turning back around to the group.
I nod approvingly.
All right, well, we should maybe head upstairs, and I'm not sure if who we saw outside were the ones responsible for this needless slaughter, but we should see if we can get the lighthouse going for the ships that have been struggling to go through these passages.
Iona will once again slip up the stairs and go scout ahead.
Okay. Top floor is the chamber that the actual beacon is in. So once you come to the top of the stairs, there's nothing crazy to like explore because it's one single room and it's glass all the way around. The beacon, you notice, is less like it's not a brazier with fire in it that is just like, here is the lighthouse. You notice it's actually a set of like lenses, and I'm trying to think of a way to describe this to people that is not in the military. If you've ever been around an airport, the tower actually has like a light gun that it can use to signal to people on the runway, and you see that's what this is. It directs light out to a point to kind of guide people. It is not just, here is the light, but it's off, and it's clearly magical in nature and is a set of lenses and controls. But there's also a table with like a map of the rocks that are out off the point, essentially.
I would like to attempt to roll Arcana to see if I can figure out how to jumpstart this magical doodad.
Okay. That is in fact enough to find the on-off switch and fire this bad boy up.
Click.
It springs to life. There's a bit of a hum and a whir, and then again it kind of points out a light straight south of y'all, which is the top of the map, out into the water, and it's like a fan of light almost that illuminates a passage across. And then if you looked at the map in front of you, you would see where the light is pointing out that is the safe passage through the rocks, basically. So there's a fan of light out there that is now illuminated.
Does it look to be correct?
Sure.
Like someone hasn't changed the path?
Give me an intelligence check or investigation if you wanted. Best you can tell, it looks like it is correct, yeah.
Not approvingly.
Fixed it. Let's go home. We're the heroes.
Yep.
But yeah. So again, it's kind of a fan of light out illuminating the waters through the rocks, and you compare the light, kind of eyeballing it, looking out the window, and then look down at the map, and you're like, yeah, that looks about right, yeah.
I will rejoin the party and tell them the lighthouse is working.
Huzzah!
All of you can see that the lighthouse is in fact working.
All right. Well, if I'm satisfied that everything is done here, Torg will start making his way back down to our rowboat.
You can in fact do that thing.
And do.
I'm gonna follow.
I'm bringing up the rear because I'm going to do a little bit of looting on our way out.
Just a hair.
Just some light looting.
Light looting.
I will join her in the looting. And see if I find anything good.
Who all went up to the top floor while Iono was flipping the switches?
I honestly probably would have followed my watery friend up there.
Hashtag damp duo.
Exactly.
Okay, give me a perception check while she's mucking around with the controls since you were up there. Okay. So not to interrupt the looting, but while she's mucking around with the controls and stuff, Brian finds time to kind of survey out the window, basically. And obviously the big fancy glowy magical light is a point of interest, but there is so much else of the ocean and everything else to see. And as you kind of follow the coastline, which will be the western coastline, so the right-hand side of this map, up the edge of the peninsula, you see that there is a light in the distance, probably about a mile and a half up the coast. And it, it's pretty bright, so a little bit brighter than like a campfire, but definitely the kind of light that a campfire would give off, not another magical beacon like this one. But you see firelight, you would think, probably a mile and a half up the coast. And then kind of out in the swamp, you can see various firefly-ish kind of lights that, swamp gas and weather balloons and stuff. But the important one is the light to the north.
And that would be, I'm gonna, before we head back downstairs, I'm gonna show that to Iona once she's done figuring out the magical doodad, and point that out to her as well.
Iono, you have been pointed out that there is a light to the north.
And that's like in the middle of the ocean.
No. This is, I wouldn't say like on the beach, but like think of standard beach. I know Arizona has famous ones. But you have the actual flat beach where the water's coming up, and then it kind of gets into the dunes, and then that's where it's at. So it's kind of almost up off the ground a little bit, and it's up in the dunes, not out on the beach proper.
Oh, got you. I was just looking at this map, and north is always up, so I was just assuming.
Yeah. With the map, the way the shadows and stuff are, if I flipped it around to be right, it looks just a little bit odd because the perspective is off because the shadows are all flung the wrong way. So I should definitely put a compass rose on this bad boy, or just deal with the fact that upside down maps look slightly weird to me when all the other maps have the shadows go the other way.
We look out at the light sort of uncomprehendingly and look to her.
I'm gonna nod as if I understand what she's saying.
Perfect.
And motion for us to go back downstairs, and I'm gonna relay this to Cora and Torg.
Torg is not 100% certain what to do with that information because it could just be random people out there enjoying the beach. It doesn't look suspicious, right?
Like I said, it's brighter than, like, if you guys made camp and made a campfire, it's brighter than that, but it very much burns the same kind of way. It is not an artificial light in the magical sense. So it looks like just a bonfire.
Like a bonfire or something's on fire.
Yeah.
Do we think it's worth investigating?
That is not my question to answer.
Oh, I was asking the party.
How far away is it to if we go investigate? Like,
It's
Do we need to like sleep tonight and then go in the morning, or?
so it's like a mile and a half away up the coast. Because of the cliffs and stuff, you would need to stick to the road a bit and then cut over. So it would probably end up being like 2.25 walking for you. Something to keep in mind is you turn the lighthouse back on. So if you like don't say anything back to the ship and just camp here, the ship might like, take that information as you will.
Could we take the rowboat over to where this is located?
You could. That would be an interesting question as to whether that would be Fester. It would definitely be harder though because you're going to be rowing the whole time instead of just walking. So it would be more tiring for somebody since it is now, after dark to start navigating the dark in the rowboat using whatever light and produce flames you got, but B, somebody is going to be like rowing for an hour instead of just walking for an hour.
If we were to get back on the ship, would we be sailing past this light?
The direction the ship is heading would take you past that light, yes.
My inclination is to get back on the ship. And then
Oh.
if it's worth looking into once we kind of get closer to it, maybe we can just scooch over there on the rowboat again.
I was doing the same thing you were doing, and I was not able to, I thought we would have to backtrack to get to this on the map. All right.
I'm terrible. I'm sorry.
No,
Yeah,
no.
I like that plan.
So back to the boat.
Yep.
To the ship. Okay. I'm gonna just drag you guys back to the overland so that we can do some pointing, basically. No snapping. Okay, so you guys see the peninsula down here, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Southern Comfort currently parked right about here-ish, and you guys rowboated into this little cove and then got up
Are
and
you
went.
pointing at stuff?
You guys don't see that? Oh, I'm on the
Nope.
wrong fucking layer. How about now?
Yep.
I'm getting this, guys. I'm waking up, I promise. Southern Comfort parked right about here. You guys got off and rowboated into this little cove, which is where the dock is, and got up onto the land, and then went and did super happy attack of all the nines. Fire probably right in this area. So getting on Southern Comfort, coming down, going through the pass, and then around would be a couple hours, but it'd be a couple hours that you're spending chilling on a boat, relaxing, not marching up the road and then cutting through the hills. Cool.
Sounds good. And then if we need to, we can tell the captain about the mysterious light we've seen, and that if we get closer and it's worth looking into, we may ask to borrow a rowboat.
Well, there you go. I just want to make sure that everyone understood the map to right side up way now.
Got it. Yeah.
Okay, so back on the rowboat, everyone is in, nobody's a seal or anything weird, and you row back out to Southern Comfort.
We lost you.
Yeah, that's why I stopped talking. Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay, everybody gets on the rowboat, and you head back out there, and you get up on the ship, and the rowboat's pulled up on the little winches on the side, and you guys are all back aboard the ship, and we're going to call it midnight at this point.
All right. Torg is going to head up to the bow and sit down and do some meditating to commune with the elements and complete a short rest.
Okay. out in front of you, you can see the sweet glowing signal of the lighthouse as it basically shines the passage through the waters. Because that's the direction your boat is pointed.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Wherever
Well,
it is we come up onto the ship, out of the rowboat, Iona will just kind of flop down and lay on the floor right there and take a little short resty roo.
Okay. Iono is planking on the planks. Got it. Brian, Cora, what are you guys doing?
I'm going to take a nap.
Okay.
I'm gonna probably just stand somewhere a little bit away from people where I have the opportunity to like sort of see the ocean, like somewhere along the edge of the boat. And also sort of take a short rest, but mostly spend some time like praying and I guess also communing with like the sea.
Yes, commune with me.
Everybody jumps up, and half the party goes to sleep, and half the party starts praying, and nobody tells anybody what happened at the lighthouse.
Oh, I mean, I would have relayed all of that to the captain.
I know, I'm just harshing your mellows.
Damn it!
I knew what I was doing.
Talia, you have to wait 30 minutes while I complete this short rest.
I was attempting to be as off-putting as possible.
Got it. Okay, so you guys relay that bandits or somebody had in fact attacked the lighthouse and turned off the light, and you don't know who or why. There was no survivors, but the light is working, and you see a fire further up the coast. So Talia agrees that the best plan is to head through the hull breakers and head up that way, and if it deems a rowboat to shore, then so be it. But she's going to remind you guys, you know, we're heading north. So now that we're safely through the hull breakers, we're not going to be hanging out just waiting on word. So you guys can either take the rowboat as a thank you for clearing the way for us, or you can have one of my men take you to shore, drop you off, and they'll come back with the boat, and then we'll continue on our way. And you will unfortunately have to travel overland, either back to town through the swamp or north along the road. But you are welcome to continue north with us if that's what you're wanting to do. But we're not gonna put another few hours delay on our trip now that we're past the problem.
I understand.
Cool. Short rest this is for everybody. You guys are going to hate me because this next map's going to be sideways because I'm totally on the fly messing with stuff since y'all are doing boat things.
When Torg is done communing, he feels like he can become a seal again if he needs.
Got it. Like I said, things have got a little off the rail here, but I am rolling with it. So what we're going to do is we're going to use this map that was totally meant for something else. We're going to make it nighttime, and we're going to call this sand dunes, totally not grass. Use your imaginations. You guys are on the right map, right?
Yep. There's some beautiful music. Or sounds, I mean.
Yeah, the sounds at the lighthouse didn't work, and then I didn't want to like be messing with them while y'all were trying to roll nines. So 2 hours of no sounds and suddenly crickets and stuff. But when you come up onto shore, we're going to pretend that where the water's at is the actual beach, and there's 20, 30 feet of beach and then ocean, and so this is sand dunes, and there is a small camp, and then there is a fire. And it is, like I said, a bonfire. It is bigger than need be campfire.
And do we see any like humanoids or any creatures or anything around here?
You guys are going to be down on the beach or still in the rowboat, your choice. But you can go ahead and give me them perception checks. No, you don't see nobody. Oh, Brian does, though.
I see nothing and everything.
Okay. So we have Brian, we have Cora, and we have Torg, who are all going to see the fire. There is a ring of small canvas tents similar to the ones that were up in the fort, and you can see those in the light of the fire. And then there's a few other supplies and stuff around here, tools and whatnot. The interesting thing that you note, though, is that the fire is actually elevated. So we're going to use imagination again. The fire is about 10 feet up off the ground on a wooden platform, and that's where it's burning. And that's all you see from the boat / beach without getting closer, is a group of tents around an elevated fire platform.
Does it have a pyre-like look to it?
No. So it looks more like signal fire, not like burial pyre kind of thing. It's also 10 feet up, and that's like you would there's a wooden ladder up there, so it is very much not like, let me heft this body up that far to burn it. Like it's meant to get some height to the fire.
I'm gonna quietly and stealthily try to move up a little bit closer to see if we can identify who's standing around this.
Okay. Well, two things. Once you're out of the boat proper and on the beach, you do notice that there are several bits of timber and other stuff kind of scattered in the flotsam, the foam and stuff, as well as kind of partially buried in the sand. So there's a lot of, like, not logs, but like boards and clearly crafted wood debris around here. And then give me that stealth check as you head up that way.
Do you want me to roll investigate, or can I safely assume this is like the remnants of a ship that had its hull broken on the hull breakers?
Not necessarily on the hull breakers, because y'all are about a mile or closer to 1.75 miles from the hull breakers at this point. But yeah, it's ship debris.
And with that 26, can I figure out what it is, since we're past the hull breakers, that might have taken the ship down?
Give me an intelligence check. Good enough. DC was 15. Okay, so it's funny that Iono is going to be the one to figure this out in a classic, like, River Tam kind of staring way. You look at this light ahead of you, this fire burning, 10, 12 feet up off the ground. You turn to your right and look south down the coast, and you see the lighthouse glowing. You turn around and you look out to the dark shape of the Southern Comfort, offshore, and you put it all together. This is a fake lighthouse, and you are currently in the debris of a ship that ran aground here or nearby here because it thought it was time to turn and turned into the land.
That is fucked up.
I'm not going to explain that to anybody, but I am just going to quietly say, we need to kill these people.
And I believe Brian was going to figure out who those people were.
Yeah, she gave me a stealth check so she can scooch on up there. Again, we're using imagination here, so bear with me. You're probably 25 feet, 30 feet from the base of the tower, and you see the ring of tents. And now that you are close enough to see the area that's illuminated by the fire, you see that there are at least 4 or 5 bodies that you can see, all human, laying on the ground around the base of this tower in various locations. I can put some tokens on the map if you need, but in the area that's lit by the fire, there's at least a half dozen people laying on the ground.
Okay.
I'm going to limply turn my head to Brian's direction, and I will mentally relay to her. These are thugs. This is a fake signal fire, or this is a fake lighthouse. They are running ships aground to scavenge them. Be careful.
Oh boy. All right. Okay. I'm gonna nod back at Iono, and I'm sorry, you guys. I'm gonna so there's like, but are there like, there's alive people there, right? There's corpses, and then there's like actual people.
You see
standing around the
nobody
fire.
alive. You see several people on
they're
the
all
ground that have not moved in the time that you've been here. Again, you're like 35 feet away, and the light is weird because it's up on the tower, so not the best source, but
Okay.
nobody's moved from this distance. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna slowly keep and very quiet. Never mind. I'm gonna slowly and quietly keep making my way up.
Okay. Yeah. How far do you want to approach, or are you just gonna keep approaching until I have something for you?
No, I probably, because I don't want to get too far from the group, so I'm probably gonna maybe try like right around and try, or maybe over here, just trying to stay like somewhat on sticking to like the shadows and trying to stay under cover, but trying to get closer to have a better sense of what exactly we're approaching.
Okay. Yeah, you can scooch up behind the ring of tents. There's boxes and barrels and stuff stacked around here. It looks like supplies that they're getting from the shipwrecks have been brought here. Boxes, barrels, there's wood and stuff scattered about, and so you scooch up into a pretty solid hiding spot, and you look between the two tents, and sure enough, there's about 6 dead human guys, all dressed similarly to the people that y'all just murdered back at the fort.
And they're dead.
Everybody you see is dead. Blood in the sand and all that stuff.
Okay. And the rest of the group is still back further away?
As far as I've been told.
I'm gonna make my way back then and let everybody know what I have seen.
Brian
Does the
comes
blood
back.
look like fresh? Like, are these like fresh bodies?
Did it look, from what I saw, did it look
Uh,
well, or should I?
yeah, even without a check, you're well versed enough and smart enough to know that pretty fresh, like tonight. Also, the fire is not like dying. It's fairly well fueled. Like it wasn't like 2 minutes ago, but like somebody was here recently. Or if these guys are the ones who lit the fire, they were alive within the last hour and a half, 2 hours.
What would the cause of death look like? Like slit throats or savaged by an animal?
Like attacked with weapons.
I'm gonna quietly say to the group, we should perhaps we should go up and investigate to see who's there, or I could take a moment and speak with those corpses and see if they can relay to us any information.
Let me make sure we're alone first. And I'm going to wild shape into a panther and sneak up there and do some sniffing in the air with my keen smell.
You bet. There's you a panther. You should be able to move it around.
All right, let me roll a stealth check. Can I roll a stealth check as the panther?
That's a great question. I think you would just roll a dexterity check since it does not have skills in stealth. Right. Oh, it does have
Answer
skills.
is I totally can.
You would just click the stealth skill on the panther sheet because it does have skill in stealth.
All right, well, that's not a great stealth check, but I'm going to creep on up there.
All right. Where are you headed?
I'm going to go up here and sort of stick to the outer ring, like just outside the light of the fire, and I'm going to smell around the tents and see if I can smell things living inside of them or anything off in, these areas and stuff.
Give me a perception check and just an investigation check on top of that too, because I got more stuff for you.
I'm actually going to kind of stealth up and around over to the other side to just take a little looky.
Okay.
What was the other one? Investigation?
Yeah. Okay. Panther's on up there. Super quiet like. Not the bestest, but it's dark. You're a black panther. You get up there, you sniff, and you don't smell like, hey, there's somebody in that tent. Hey, there's somebody waiting in that bush. Like, you don't get the instant like there's somebody here, but that's mostly because there's 6 bodies laying right here, and so like it's a campsite. There's lots of people have been living here kind of smell.
Right.
But with your investigation, that's enough to give you lots of footprints because it's sandy area. But not only is there a lot of what you would take to be the human footprints because shoes and boots, there is bigger footprints that is not the humans. It's sandy, so they didn't leave the clearest footprints, but you can see footprints in the sand that it was not these guys. Iono is going to see the same thing with that investigation. So you see that as well. There's a bunch of humanoid footprints. Like they've been here for a week and a half, 2 weeks, walking around. So tons of footprints in the sand. But there are a few like, wait a minute, this is something different footprints.
Can I make a survival check to try to discern what the footprints might be?
Sure.
That's a good idea.
I love it when you got like, my favorite thing in RPGs is when you have that one character that's like totally awesome at the thing, but then there's another character who's just like how has Iono been doing so far? The River Tam like just staring off into space, and it's like, click, I know what it is. It's a fake lighthouse. Click, I know what it is. It's a bigger 3-toed clawed foot of some kind of humanoid is walking on 2 feet, not 4. Big clawed footprint. And so based on the information you know about the area, you would guess that lizard folk.
Yep. And I will head back and I guess I can't really relay it as a panther, but I assume Iono.
Yes, I will come back and I will just say the word lizard folk.
And I will cat nod.
The guy at the farm talked about lizards, right?
There was a halfling farmer who said that he's been attacked by lizard folk. It was I want to say like 5 or 6 days ago before the adventure started, so probably closer to 7 days now. But also several folks in town have brought word of lizards attacking people on the road and the farms along the swamp side of the road closer to town.
Might we be able to track where they have come from? Since they were seemingly just recently here.
Yeah, that's definitely something you could try to do. I wouldn't even need additional survival checks for it. With the investigations and stuff, uh, you would have seen them in the area, but if you actually took the effort to like follow them, you could try to discern where they came from.
Well, let's try that.
Okay. You got lizards that came from this way, and lizard tracks heading that way. You got lizards that came from this way and heading that way, and you even have a couple of footprints. Did I cut it out?
We don't
No.
have any arrows.
God damn GM layer. Guys, I got this, I swear. Here, there, here, there, and a couple up from the beach, but did not go back down on the beach.
So there's
So-
footprints going to camp, but not away from camp.
On the beach. There's footprints coming into the camp and leaving the camp on both the roads, so to speak. But footprints came up from the beach and did not go back down on the beach.
So they set an ambush, most likely, and then left up the roads with their bros.
Right. And just for the record, remember ocean is the bottom, which means that top of the map is west, bottom of the map is east. So town is the direction of the top of the map. Town, swamp, all that stuff is top of the map.
All
Oh.
right. So I'll kind of point limply towards one direction that they're heading towards, and then the other direction that they're heading towards, and say, choose.
Torg will start panthering off this way.
Okay.
Do we want to leave this fire going?
Ooh, yeah, good call.
No, we do not.
I'm going to cast Create Water on top of the fire, which I don't think that it'll... I'm only casting it as a cantrip, so I don't think it'll completely put it out.
It'll. How much water does it create?
10 gallons.
I mean, 10 gallons is nothing to scoff at, and the
That's
fires.
a lot of water.
The fire's already been burning down. Like it ain't a roaring fire at this point.
Okay.
So,
all right.
just give me another super fun time 1d100 /r space 1d100. Do you want? We'll call it low, good, high, bad. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, it's still crackling and there's still embers, but it ain't like open flames anymore. So
Okay.
what's the range on that though?
Sorry, it's a racial that I had to add in, so let me pull open
That's
my
fine.
handy dandy player's guide.
I'm just curious where you needed to be standing to do that.
It's a 30-foot range.
Oh yeah, that's fine. So yeah, you don't even need to get in the ring of tents. Sploosh,
Okay.
light goes out. There's still some crackling embers and stuff like that, but again, just consider the campfire out. So you are all standing there in the darkness.
How
That's
much
not-
moonlight do we have to navigate by?
Not enough to be tracking lizard tracks through the sand. Fun fact, last time I ran this exact map, that guy turned into a panther, and I learned that panthers don't have dark vision.
They do not.
That's really weird.
But you know who does? Orcs.
But
I do not.
you know who doesn't? Halflings. So somebody's going to be lighting a light anyway. Do you want to stay as a panther? Question mark.
Yeah, if we light one, that's fine. Otherwise, if they can stay close to me, I can lead the way with my dark vision. And then we can light up when we need to.
Okay. Who?
That works for me.
Who has dark vision? Torg has dark vision.
Nope.
I don't think I do, actually.
Does anyone have cast light as a spell?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can
Brian
make
would.
light for sure.
I don't think Water Genasi have it either.
Yeah, I don't believe so.
Well, we can do the like light a rock and have a flashlight kind of thing.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
So
I don't see dark vision. Yeah. Oh, neat. Cool. Okay. So you guys create a light. I'm too lazy to like put an arc or anything on the map, but y'all got a light, and you guys are heading off. Which direction?
Did
I
we
think
say
we're going to the left direction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
I'm gonna make the light not super bright. Bright enough so that we can see right in front of us, but not so bright that it's like, hey, where are you?
Yeah.
We're here. Come ambush us.
Right.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
if you put it on a
since you
rock
can,
too, you could
you can-
close your palm,
right.
snuff it.
You can
Yeah,
use
I'm
it
gonna
more
put like a-
flashlighty too, and not like I'm holding a lantern above my head. You can keep it down so that you can see the ground without being a beacon. So off you go, heading this way.
Yes, sir. And I'm going to stay a panther, and I'm going to stay just off from the rest of the party in the kind of shadows around them so I can use my stealth.
Okay. Dim questions though. Who is leading the way and who has the light?
I'm gonna give Cora the light because she's closer to the ground.
That's racist.
I mean, she is.
It's accurate.
Just keep in mind that I have a two-handed weapon, so if we have to fight, I have to drop the rock.
If we have to fight, just toss it over to me. And no, I've got yeah, toss it over to me because I have a shield and I can cast.
Throw it on the ground and start swinging.
Okay.
If we have to
Yeah,
fight,
fuck that light.
we're going to be surrounded in lightning and fire, so there'll be plenty of light.
Sweet.
All right, Cora. You are leading the way with your rock. We got a Brian in there somewhere. We have an Iono in there somewhere, and we have a Stealthy Panther in there somewhere. Right? Good enough?
Yep.
Okay. You can see the tracks. Like I said, there's several lizard folk tracks that head into the camp, and then there's the scuffle down that way, and then there's lizard folks tracks that head out, and so you are following the tracks this way, and I will give Cora to right about there-ish. When wouldn't you know it, if there wasn't a javelin that comes flying and lands in the sand right at her feet from this direction. Like,
Cool.
swam right into the sand. Javelin.
Throw the light rock at them.
Sure, I throw the light rock at wherever the javelin was.
Okay.
Light attack.
Make a ranged attack. You can just like click on one of your javelins or whatever, because the math would be the same. Just so that I can. There we go. Let's draw a shape. We're gonna do this now. Okay, so the light is over there. I did not draw a shape. I drew a line. I'm winning, guys. You toss your light over there though, and you do actually get to see something with that though. You're gonna see that jerk. And now that jerk are both illuminated. Based on just body posture, this jerk is the one who threw the javelin, and it kind of hisses at you and leaves it at that, and kind of is waiting on a reaction.
I feel like I know what her reaction's gonna be.
I mean,
Can
I
I,
love
like-
throwing stuff at her characters when she plays barbarians, because like I know what the reaction's gonna be anyway.
Well, he threw a javelin at me. That's so rude. He didn't even like. say hi or anything to start out with. It's just throw stuff.
Maybe that's
Lady gonna rage.
yeah. Maybe that's what the hiss was.
Oh, that's true. I don't speak lizard language.
Yeah, that was him saying, "Oops, sorry, my bad. Didn't see you there."
Was that what he said? I speak Draconic. I know hisses.
There was actually no implied vernacular. It was just like a threatening kind of hiss. So much in the same way that you might roar or just be like, "Hey." It was an attention-getting draconic hiss.
But I'm gonna
Style.
casually say, he's threatening you.
Well then, I guess I will rage and I will swing at him.
Okay. Let's do that initiative thing then.
Womp.
I just realized that it is not counting my Panthers roll.
Did it not?
No, I'll just roll as me.
Panther rolled a 10. So you just roll it and then we'll change it. I haven't sorted the list yet. I see you getting that better initiative with your character. Which it still did not count.
Son of a...
Does it not like you? What's going on here?
Oh, I was selected on the Panther. Hang on.
I got you, fam. We're good. We're
Sweet. Okay.
But guess who figured that out?
Yeah.
Bob Dole?
Bob Dole.
I like that I forced initiative so that she couldn't just run up and hit the guy, but now she gets to run up and hit the guy. Cora, it's your turn.
Can I use the roll I did before, or do I have to roll again?
That's fine. What was it? I'm too lazy to scroll up. It's a struggle bus kind of day.
It was 45.
Okay. What was the damage roll? 112?
Yup, since you're too lazy to check.
What was the damage roll?
11?
Okay. 11 damage to the lizard. Whose token is so far off the map I can't change his hit points. Okay. Anything else for your turn? Or do you have more swings? That one's a miss.
Well, that's it.
Brian, your bestest little friend threw a rock, illuminated some lizards, and ran off and started attacking them.
All right. So I am going to cast my spiritual weapon again, right over there. But I'm going to cast it at level 3.
Makes sense. About that color.
Yep, that's perfect.
Seemed like a very briny kind of color.
Exactly. And then I'm going to move up a bit. Yeah, probably even further than that, like there. And then I'm going to Sacred Flame that guy.
Okay. Dexterity save. Ten.
Well, then you take some damage.
Don't you know? He's still alive, but he is not happy.
Okay. And that's it.
He is going to grab the spear off his back and stab at Mascora. But will miss. we are going to have a attack by a cool hidden guy at Brian, which is totally going to miss. Brian, an arrow whizzes past you. It came
Yikes.
from that way.
Oh, okay.
Torg.
Torg is going to charge at this guy and leap into the air and attempt to pounce, make a claw attack at this rube.
Okay. No.
Fail. These animals suck, man.
Hey, man. Hate the player, not the game.
All right, so yeah, I'll end my turn. Right.
Okay. He's gonna retaliate by swiping at you with a wicked, spiky-looking macy guy. It's actually a club with like spikes on the end of it.
Bring it on.
And then he's going to miss, so he's gonna try to bite you. And he's also gonna miss. Oh, great! It's gonna be one of those fights. Like, screw all the combat. Let's just go back to the ship and hang out with Talia. I got one more lizard folk doing things, and then it's Iona's turn. Ready, go.
All right. I am going to point this guy right here and put my hex on him, stare at him with my cold, dead eyes until he feels ways about things, and then I'm going to attack him. How about that?
You're attacking this one up top.
Nope, this one that the Panther's on.
14 actually misses because he's got a shield.
Boo! And then I'm gonna move. Wait, hold on. I'm gonna move right here.
Okay. Are you looking for more enemies, or are you focused on these two?
If I have the opportunity to do that, then yes, I would like to do that.
Sure. Now that you're kind of heading up the hill, give me a perception check. I'll go ahead and give you the, let's see, comparing stealth checks. You can see that guy. And you can't get a solid line of sight, but you see movement in the bushes right in front of him, right here-ish. You don't know who or what, but something's in the bush. Oh, well, would you look at that? It's his turn, so the guy in the bush is heading that way. Roll 20, work with me. There he goes. This guy's coming for you, Iona. He runs his happy butt down here. And he swings with a bite and then a club. The bite is 19 for 6, and the club is 6 for 5.
The bite hits.
Okay. And then click, click. This hidden jerk gets to go. She is actually going to fling a produce flame at Brian.
Hey, I know that spell.
As you should. Yeah, that's going to be a miss.
Sure is.
She's going to run over here and hide behind this cart. And it's Cora's turn.
Okay, I'm gonna try and hit that guy again.
Both of those are hits. The first one's actually going to kill him, though, if you would like to move to a secondary target for that second attack.
Oh yeah. I'll run back towards the camp and get that guy.
Okay, 18 damage to that guy. Wow. Are you raging?
Yeah.
Yeah, because the guy threw a stick at you, that's right. Brian.
Okay. I'm gonna have my my tentacle go ahead and hit that same one that it's on.
Okay. That hits 14 damage.
And I'm also going to Sacred Flame the one that Cora and Iono are on.
Okay.
Tearing it up.
Hit. Oh man, that is going to kill him. Anything else?
I'm going to start moving over here towards these two lizards.
You bet.
And that's it.
Okay. Being that you're out front, this guy up top here is gonna shoot at you with his longbow from his bushy location. 18 for 5.
Ooh, yep, that hits.
I finally hit Brian with an attack. And he's just gonna scooch back just a little bit, cause you scare him.
Good.
Torg.
So Torg is going to look this lizard in the eyes and growl at him and slowly turn back into Torg and then cast Primal Savagery and try to... as soon as I get my token back.
I was gonna say, you got your token or you need me to do it? What, pray tell, does Primal Savagery do?
It makes my fingernails extend into long acid-dripping claws, and then I make a melee spell attack with a 15 there. Hopefully that hits. I don't think it does. And then it
15
deals...
is his armor class.
Then I do, and I rake him with my acid claws.
Fun fact, he had 8 hit points left.
You bastard.
Aha.
Hey man, I calls him like I sees him. It's his turn. He's going to try the old bitey clubby thing again.
Oh yeah, the classic bitey clubby. Oh no, he crit.
Bitey 13 for 4, clubby critty for 10.
Yeah, those both hit.
Those critties, they hurt.
He's just a little lizard. He crit for like 10. Like, Cora's over here non-critting for like 14. Iono.
Aono knows a few things about geeking the mage, so I'm going to run over here, and I'm going to be eyes roll back into my head and kind of make this noise, and I am going to invoke the wrath of Hadar, the Dark Hunger. And tentacles of dark energy will erupt from me and batters all creatures within 10 feet of me. I'm going to cast this as a 3rd level spell, so they need to make a strength saving throw, or they will be taking 4d6 necrotic damage.
Amazing.
Theatric.
Quite theatric.
Uh,
No.
14.
Strength savings throw. I do not have immediate access to my spell save DC. Hold, please.
Just roll the spell.
It's at the top of your spell sheet, and it is a 15, which means he fails.
Yeah!
She failed. The old lady lizard. Roll them damages. Roll that bean footage. Oh.
Boo on that.
R.I.P.
I'm gonna need you to reload and play back the bean footage. 10 damage.
But it
And-
looked
But it
spectacular.
was really fucking cool, okay?
Looks amazing.
Yeah, plus she took 10 total damage. Anything else on your turn?
That'll do it.
Lizard Man is dead. This jerk was still hiding over here, so he's going to run forward at the scary tentacle monster. Kind of frightens him, but he'll give it his best shot. Juggling all my layers here. I think he can make it that far. He can make it that far. This is a classic bitey clubby kind of guy. 12 for 4, 21 for 7.
Get it.
Is the tentacles got any staying power? Like, does he run into
No,
anything?
duration's instantaneous.
Okay. And then it is the shaman's turn. And the shaman has been tentacled enough and is going to pull a little trick out of her book here. And she's just going to turn into a damn crocodile.
Is that like a dire crocodile? Is that really that big?
I'm working on it here. Calm down.
I like him that big though.
Makes them easier to hit. Can't get a... could probably squeeze in. No, I don't want to be next to the cliff. I'm not going to have Torg come over here and push my crocodile off a cliff. So she will walk around the wheelbarrow and attempt to attack you. The old bitey.
No dice.
No dice. And it's Cora's turn.
All right, I'm going to run up to the crocodile.
Sure it's not alligator.
You're terrible.
She hated me because last time I taught the group how to tell the difference between a crocodile and an alligator on this fight.
It's the pinchy nose, right?
No, you just wait till it leaves, and then the next time you see it, you just check whether it's been later or a little while.
Oh my god.
I knew that was coming.
Get out.
He does that every time. He makes it seem so serious and that people are actually like interested. They're like, oh, a piece of information I might learn. And then he tricks them all with his terrible, terrible jokes.
Did you just do 19 damage to my crocodile?
Yeah.
Crocodiles
Yeah,
are...
that's what you get.
Yeah, crocodiles are notorious for having 19 hit points. So it turns back into the lizard. I only got one turn as a crocodile. What the hell?
That's what you get for making that joke.
Anything else?
No.
Brian.
All right. So, I'm gonna take a look at that one. That just turned out of a crocodile, and I'm gonna say, may the waters welcome you home. And I'm going to cast Path to the Grave.
Oh no.
And I have cursed it until the end of my next turn. And then the next time anyone hits the creature with an attack, it has vulnerability to all of that attack's damage.
That is pretty neat.
Yeah, that's cool.
And then I'm also going to have my spiritual weapon go ahead and keep hammering on that guy back there.
Finish him!
He's got 1 hit point. And a
Don't miss.
15 AC.
Gotcha.
Are you kidding
Wait.
me?
I'm flanking it, though.
I guess.
Nice. Thank you.
Fine. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
This one is going to shoot at Cora because Iono is kind of behind a wheelbarrow over there. There's suddenly horse noises in my ears.
Shoot the horse.
22 for a whopping 2 damage, which you get to half. Torg. All of them on this side of the battle is dead.
All right. I am going to cast. What am I going to cast?
Gust, blow everybody off that cliff.
I thought of. Okay. I am going to cast Erupting Earth right there, which makes it a 20-foot cube, which should hit just these two and leave these two out of it.
Yep. What do you need from me?
Well, let's find out. Dex save for half damage.
That's the shaman. That's the other jerk.
All right, so he succeeds, which means he is not knocked prone. The first one is knocked prone.
Okay. We will put that little symbol on there to show that she is prone. This guy takes half of 17 damage.
Yep.
But is not knocked prone. Okay. It is that dead guy's turn, so I will delete him. Iono.
All right.
You got
Since
Lady Lizard, Shaman Lady laying on the ground, and you got Spiky Shieldy Bitey guy still in the fight.
I'm going to use my bonus action to move my hex from the now dead guy over here to Lady Lizard, and I'm going to light her ass up.
Okay.
Or I won't. It's fine.
Nah, she's prone. You get advantage.
No, she's prone. You have disadvantage with ranged attacks.
Oh, shit, that's right.
Also, it's made within melee, so that would be 2 stacks of disadvantage.
You can't stack that, but whatevs. All right, so I don't do anything, and that's cool. It's fine. Whatever. I'm just going to move.
You fire the most fearsome crossbow bolt right into the ground at the end of its snoot.
And you freaking wreck that patch of dirt.
Yeah, and don't forget it.
Lizard Man sees that you trying to kill its spiritual leader lady and is going to do the old bitey clubby again. Same song, second verse. 9 is going to miss. 14? Question mark? 3?
I was going to miss.
Dang. Shaman Lady is going to spend half move to stand up. Alright, what you got here, Lizard? It is going to slash at Cora with claws, like lizardy claws. Probably not.
Nope.
Well, they started off pretty strong, but they've been doing a whole bunch of nothing. Cora. First hit kills her. Second swing, you would have... Oh, even with advantage, it would miss on the next guy. You want to move up?
Yeah.
Okay. Brian, 2 lizards remain.
I'm going to move my spiritual weapon here. For that guy.
Does spiritual weapon gain the benefits of flanking? That is a good question. Fuck it, I don't care no more. 17 damage.
Oh, dang! Alright, cool. Bye.
Wrecked.
And then I am... What is it?
Y'all ever notice how y'all
Okay.
clump and then Torg is always off like Torgan?
That's how I do.
And then I'm going to Sacred Flame that guy.
Cool. Dexterity shave. $14.
Nice.
Is that a fail?
That is a fail.
Oh yeah, I can read the thing because reading.
Okay.
Sacred Flame is so good.
Sure is.
All of the damages. Still alive though. He gonna let's see. Yeah, he's not gonna be a total wimp. He's gonna shoot at Cora and then spend 30 feet moving that way. And his shot is totally terrible because he's pre-concerned with running away. Torg.
I am going to cast Earthbind on the guy attempting.
Pray tell what that does.
That.
Ooh.
So within 300 feet, so I can get him. Yellow strips of magical energy are going to rip up and grab him. He needs to make a strength save, otherwise his speed becomes 0.
Strength save from a spearman.
Shit!
There's 2 A's in your can.
Yeah, he's good.
Okay. Anything else?
I'll start moving.
It's really best. I don't know.
I'm going to move my hex over to this gentleman that's trying to run away, and since I haven't yet, and it seems like a total waste of a warlock, I'm going to try to Eldritch Blast him.
Do I need to go get the flowchart?
And it's not so good, so moving right along.
Okay. You don't get 2 because you're multiclass, right?
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah, she's not all juiced up like every other warlock.
Them 2 turns is dead, which brings us to Cora.
Okay, I think he's way too far for me to get there.
You can always run and check a javelin.
Sure, let's do that.
It's what they did to you, remember?
It's true.
He is still alive.
Can I throw 2 javelins? Does that
Yes,
does that
you
not
can.
make sense?
No, you can chuck and use your free object interaction to draw the second javelin and chuck another one. That one's going to miss though.
Rip.
But you scared him real good. And he has a javelin sticking out of his back. And that brings us to Brine.
I'm gonna move up to like here and Sacred Flame him, of course.
Damn, cleric's always making me open character sheets and roll saves. No. That will bring him down. And that is the end of that particular combat.
Wrecked.
Y'all wrecked them lizards. No questions asked. Okay, so you guys came around the point. On the Southern Comfort, you rowboated up to shore. You found debris and all sorts of stuff indicating that this false light was making ships run aground here. You found a bunch of bodies who had seemingly been attacked by lizards very recently, because, as it turns out, a giant fire on top of a tower does sort of make you noticeable. And then, attempting to follow where the lizards went, you found them, still lurking nearby, and immediately slaughtered all of them. So at this point, what do the group of you want to do?
Light looting.
Light, gentle looting.
I totally forgot to tell Val earlier. We interrupted your looting with, you guys see the light, that's important before you go down the stairs. But yeah, my bad on that one. Y'all lightly looted the bandits as well.
Perfect.
So there is the bandits. The bandits have on leather and studded leather, but it's, they've been killed wearing it. There is various swords and scimitars and daggers on both them and the guys back at the tower. The leader guy had some sweet swag going on, several like pendant kind of necklaces, lots of rings. The lizards all had, two of them had longbows, two of them had their, it was just a wooden spiky club. Shaman lady has a staff, but it does not appear to be magical anyway. It seems mostly ceremonial. And then there is lots of like stuff, looted ship stuff. So barrels of rice and dried goods and beans, and you find a box of oranges, and there's just like lots of cargo scattered about this camp as well.
I'm not even looking for anything that's worth any money. Just being from the archaeologist background, I want things of perhaps cultural significance. If there is none, I don't care.
Shaman lady has a sweet like necklace that appears to be made out of like finger bones. I don't know how culturally varied we're talking here, but it seems like it might be significant to her before she died.
All right. Cool.
But sweet swag man, bandit leader back at the main camp clearly got the better cut of the loot. So he had, like I said, 3 different cool necklaces. He probably had 4 or 5 gold and other rare gem rings, and was, cool pirate man with the swag. But nothing that like, this is the lost pendant of blank. More like, hey, here's a gold pendant he took off of some poor sod who ran into the beach on a ship.
Yeah, I'll stick with the finger bones.
It's what Mother would have wanted.
It's kind of in my wheelhouse.
Fingering is in her wheelhouse, everybody.
Whoa!
Oh.
Escalated so quickly.
Yeah, just a necklace made of bones is kind of on brand for me.
Okay. So, at this point, do you plan to head back out to the ship, or are you guys going to head overland back towards either of the 2 towns? Also note that we are coming up on our 4-hour mark.
Well, as I indicated previously, I feel like this will turn into multiples, and I'm totally cool with it if it does, but I think we should go overland to potentially find more lizards and take them out.
Killing all the lizards. There is actually, I haven't built it yet, but there is more story here, and it's always interesting to see how groups do things. Last group came overland, killing lizards, and then came to the fort. But there's more story threads here. It's just interesting the way that y'all did it, because y'all walked around several things without interacting with them, which is kind of funny, because the last group got more story threads despite the fact that they spent 2 hours fucking around with a chicken. But there is more story here. But yeah, we can kind of wind down with okay, we're gonna head. Do you guys want to head north along the road to the town to the north, which y'all totally got to name, or are we heading into Swamp Lizard area as we kind of wrap this one up?
I am comfortable with either. I just know that I'm gonna need a long rest soon.
No preference.
It is like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning at this point. Y'all got a power nap on the boat, but this might be somewhere aside from all of the bodies that would need cleaning up, that y'all would camp and then set out in the morning.
Yeah, I'll make use of these dead guys' tents.
I mean, free campsite. Also, cool tower to build a fire on.
Dibs on this one.
Okay.
Torg really values his independence.
As one should.
He sleeps alone, he fights alone.
But, like I said, we're right at about 4 hours, so there is more stuff to do, but I will let you guys pick whether we continue or kind of do a fade to black, DM, outro, and then kind of hang out for as long as folks want to hang out.
Well, I think maybe we should put a pin in it and perhaps pick this game up later.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
good with that.
I can set to building more stuff. Well, if you guys head into the swamp, I don't even have to build anything. You guys can head into the swamp, and I have 3 to 4 hours worth of swamp shenanigans that y'all could get into depending on how you do things.
Episode 2!
So I'm going to assume that Talia and the Southern Comfort continue to head north. You guys set up camp here. Clear out bodies as needed and whatnot. Go into a proper watch rotation, and you are able to power through the rest of the night without anything crazy like lizard folk or bandits or anything wild. And yeah, we will have to start figuring out time and place for episode 2 as y'all journey into the swamp to figure out what's with all of the damn lizards.
Sweet. I'm so happy about that.
There is lots of lizards in that swamp, and Torg, being a man of the land, has chatted up some folks to know that there is not only lots of lizards, there's actually multiple tribes of lizards in there, so there's all sorts of fun that one could have in the swamp. But y'all said, screw all that noise, I'm going to go be a seal and ride on a sweet boat and not go stomping through the swamp, so you came straight to the lighthouse first, so that's always fun.
I think we executed it flawlessly.
Yeah, speaking of executed, I'm always nervous as a DM in that having humanoid enemies, lizards and bandits and stuff like that, always makes me kind of nervous because every time I have a human, I end up getting that one group that takes somebody prisoner and then drags them along forever. And I have to be like, nameless bandit number 14 was not supposed to have an entire personality, but now he's been in the adventure for 3 hours because they handcuffed him and they've just been dragging him along.
Yeah, this group takes no prisoners.
Yeah, this group, there was all sorts of stuff that could have been figured out at that lighthouse, and the last group was hold personing and had giant spiders so that they could interrogate the hell out of bandit number 4. This group was lightning all the things.
Classic D&D.
Classic D&D. I want to say the wife's group in Forgotten Forge, was that the one where you took the goblin hostage, hun?
Yeah, I think so. And he traveled with us for a really long time.
Yeah, there was just some little goblin who's got a blanket of crap that he's gathered from the sewers. Hey, look at this broken spork, and look at this rotted piece of glamour weave and stuff like that. And was you guys want to buy some stuff? Oh, also I can show you where to go or I can tell you where to go in the sewers. And they were okay, well, I'm gonna magically enhance my face, intimidate this guy, bind him in rope, and bring him with us. And so I was expecting to do 4 lines of my gruff goblin voice and got stuck being Sakan the goblin for 2 hours, and afterwards was I can't talk anymore.
Been there.
There's room for everybody at the Rats Market.
I think he stayed with us until the second fight with him broke out, and he was able to run away, but that was way at the end.
Yeah, y'all got to like, I don't want to spoil anything in case I ever force these guys to do it, but you got through the sewers to where you were going down to the bottom part and started setting off stuff, and he's like, my time to run away, and he did. Poor guy.
It's okay. It's almost as fun as that one game where we rescued the goblin from the bugbears. And then he like hung out with us for a while because the bard like was super into him because he could play Freebird.
Yeah, that was a starter set. We stole a goblin bard, and he played like the accordion or something completely asinine. And of course, the first thing that happened was, okay, man, we freed you. Play Freebird,
Awesome.
like you do. But anyways, I apologize for being kind of like spacey and weird today, and for like really half-assing Roll20. But I do appreciate y'all coming along on this 4-hour adventure and dealing with a program that y'all are not particularly proficient with. So thanks for bearing with me. I know this isn't everyone's normal way of playing, but hopefully we will have full speed and heading into this next time. I will talk more about dates like once we're not still technically recording, but I think I'm actually free next weekend. The one after that gets kind of dicey because that's the one where I leave to go do not fun things.
Cool things, though.
I mean, yeah, I guess playing war and whatnot.
Do you have to go through, do they make you go through like the conditioning again before they send you off?
The two classes I'm going to are Fieldcraft Hostile, if that gives you any idea of the sort of thing it's going to be doing, and the other one is an Air Advisory course. So Fieldcraft Hostile is a whole bunch of like run and play war through the woods and be in a Humvee simulator that flips upside down. So, you know, you're in body armor in an upside down Humvee and have to get out and get everybody out and, you know, properly use the vehicle for cover if you were being fired upon. All those kind of things.
I'm not going to lie. That sounds really awesome.
It does.
I mean, the actual situation that would be would suck, but the simulation sounds really fun.
Yeah, it's one of those things where like all of the connotation associated with it like suck, but like if you could just grab a random guy and be like, dude, you want to go like totally pretend to do war? No, totally free. Come put on body armor, be in a Humvee, flip upside down, learn how to convoy, learn how to like do X, Y, and Z. Like it would be fun. Were you not getting the crap beat out of you and being screamed at and knowing that you were about to, you know, have to go on a deployment and all of those other things associated with it. But if you could be like,
Exactly.
you want to go play war for a weekend? Like I would do it, because the military has actually provided me lots of those situations where you go do stuff that if you told people about it, they'd be like, no man, that sucks. But like you were like, hell yeah. Like we were doing the chemical training class last week, and the lady has the like, it's not actually riot gas, but it's like a weak version of it that basically just makes you cough a bunch and stuff. And so you have to get in your gas mask and suit fast enough not to, you know, get the effect of the gas. But then once we've properly done that, she's like, okay, does anyone want to like breathe in the stuff to see what it'll do? And you know, half the class was like, oh, I'll totally suck in the riot gas, because yeah, let's rush to get in our suits so that we don't have to breathe it. And in the moment that we're done, take off our suits and go, yeah, give me a hit of that.
Hashtag military, man.
Yeah. But I digress. I appreciate y'all putting up with me and the fact that I was not all here today. Sorry for that.
Dude, don't worry about it. That was a lot of fun.
Been one of them days. But yeah, this section is like an off the beaten path section of my homebrew world that I'm kind of tinkering with, and every game that people play around here adds more to like the sandbox basically. So y'all name the town to the north, but now that I've had a shaman in here doing stuff, I'm totally gonna have to like think about a shamanistic circle or something in this area. I have character ideas that I don't want to talk about from the last game, because now those characters might be NPCs you run into if you guys continue this. Like
Sweet.
everyone's building on stuff. There's ruins in the mountains and stuff to the northeast of town that was totally just a random one-shot dungeon crawl, but now it's there. Like, if I start like once I get back, if I start doing like West Marches games or something in this area, I think it would be really fun to muck with.
Yeah, that would be super cool.
But with that said, I'm gonna go find out what I'm cooking for the missus, because I'm gonna be super sweet and cook her some dinner. And you guys are free to hit me up anytime you need on the Discords.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Cool. Thank you so much for the.
Thanks for putting up with me, and thanks for putting up with puns and shenanigans.
Nah, those are the best.
I toned it
Well,
down.
actually, Game of Thrones is the best, and that's what's on now. So screw you guys, I'm out of here.
Boy.
Yeah, this was fun. This was fun. Thank you very much. But now it's time to go be happy and sad at the same time.
Oh, no spoilers. I have to get caught up. But bye, guys.
I don't believe in no spoilers. If you're not dedicated enough to watch it night of, tough shit.
Lol.
Then you don't care about them as much as I do.
I am.
She doesn't mean that.
I would not actually spoil it for you. I'm not a jerk.
I am in all TV shows usually not the watch it as it comes out, but that's because I'm gonna need to like binge watch 13 episodes at a time. Like I can't emotionally do the like that episode ended. I can't wait till next week. I need to be able to fire up the next one and be like, okay, one more before bed.
That's what I do
terrible
for
with
literally
cliffhangers.
everything else. But Game of Thrones is so goddamn awesome that I have to watch it the second it happens. The fact that I've had to wait 9 minutes is killing me inside.
I'm sorry. Fine, go do your thing. I'm gonna go cook a lasagna or something.
Ooh, that does sound good though. Okay, maybe we should have lasagna and then Game of Thrones.
No, Thrones now. Lasagna later.